way as well. So I don't think we're going to be matching what we did last week. But I do think that we're still going to be getting something very, very tasty. Not loads on the preview, so we can just blast down that. Trick Williams, Eddy, Thorpe are going to be battling in an NXT Underground match. Ruca is going to be taking on Chelsea Green in a Women's US Championship match. I don't think we're going to get a new champion there, but it should still be fun, and it'll be great to see. I don't know if the Hervis are going to be with her. Because we could probably do with not having the Hervis, which might sound crazy, but WWE are in Europe at the moment. I don't know if WWE are going to want to fly the Hervis over just to do NXT to then fly them all back again. So it might be that we just get Chelsea Green on her own and keep the Hervis in Europe. Because I'm sure Chelsea's going to appear on SmackDown over the next couple of weeks. I know she is getting on a plane and going back to Europe, so haven't seen anything. Don't know if she's got the Hervis with her or not, but I wouldn't be shocked if they weren't. Ricky Starks is going to clash with Ridge Holland, and the D'Angelo family are taking on the Culling. So we've got that coming up as well. So just 4 things on the preview. Trick Williams, Eddy, Thorpe, NXT Underground, Ruca, Chelsea Green, US Championship, Ricky Saints against Ridge Holland, and the D'Angelo family taking on the Culling. So I want to jump into the chat as quickly as possible, get to your thoughts as quickly as possible. Let's start with Kian, shall we? See what Kian's got to bring to the table. Boom. Is this going to read it?
Member. All right, Daze, hope you are well, having a great day. I enjoyed Raw. Cody Cena promo was great. I can't wait for Mania Punk versus Roman versus Rollins is going to cook. I got Daredevil to watch after NXT tonight.
Yeah, Kian, shout out to you, buds. It was a really good segment that everyone's been full of praise of. I think that it's varied from good to all time. I've not seen anyone saying it was bad. But there's been a degree of appreciation, but everyone appreciating it in some way. So, yeah, it seems to have done very well. And I heard across all their social media platforms that promo has been viewed over 100 million times since it aired in less than, 24 hours ago. Or it was around 24 hours ago. So it's done very, very well on social media as well.
Dan. Hi, Lisa and Daze. That is why I want to get my membership, so I can be involved in a members team and feel part of the fam.
Dan, shout out to you, buds. Yeah, the members is just an extra thing. I'd say if you join us here, you're part of the fam anyway. The members thing is just extra bonus. That's the way to look at it.
Asib Hassan. Daze, hope you're all right after an emotional night. Never easy getting dumped, lol. Hope you got enough sleep, not crying all night, joking.
Yeah, Hasib, shout out to you, buds. It is true, John Cena broke up with all of us, which was maybe a very weird part of the promo, actually. I don't know if anyone's kind of raised that as a point, that was a part that I found a bit strange. I mean, if you're angry with a group of people, you don't say I'm breaking up with all of you. Like, that was a weird bit. I remember actually cracking the joke at that point, saying something like, oh my God, I feel like Nikki Bella, which didn't quite work because I think actually Nikki Bella broke up with him. But that was a weird part of the promo. Yeah, that was a weird part, which, to be honest, I've not really thought about since.
This comment isn't wrestling related, but I just wanted to tell you that watching these live streams just make me forget about all of my problems, and you are a big part of my life.
EF Dub, shout out to you, my friend. Really appreciate the kind words. And yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. I feel very blessed that there's like a group of people that enjoy hanging out and sharing their thoughts and throwing theories around and really getting stuck into kind of what's going on in the WWE world. And I think if it does provide some escapism, that's brilliant. I mean, this is all not serious stuff. This is all like just stuff for us to kind of escape into, isn't it? So I think that seems to be something that is a benefit to quite a few people, probably myself included. I mean, if it wasn't for these streams, I genuinely don't know what I would be doing. So, no one's more grateful for these streams than me, I promise you. So if it's helping you and others as well, then that's amazing. So shout out to you, EF Dub. Appreciate the kind words, my friends. Let's go over to Wayne. Wayne firing in a super chat, which is appreciated, my friends. And this is an interesting point.
Wayne Garland. Daze, do you feel Cena went too far in promo on Kid?
I don't think Cena did. I think Cena was fine with saying what he said. So, but again, it was worded a little bit strange. Talking about how we were in a toxic relationship. And then pointing out this kid individually, like even this kid, is part of this toxic relationship. It was fine. Like, for me, Cena is trying to do what a heel should be trying to do, and that is he is trying to get as much heat as possible, He's trying. I mean, look, John Cena is a heel, and the purpose of a heel is to be hated. That's the point of a heel. It's not just to be cheating and, being a bad guy. It's about getting heat. It's about being hated. And I think that you try and pull a lot of different levers and levers to try and achieve that, right? One of them is, having a pop at a kid, making people feel sorry for that kid, hence generating a bit of heat. Like, yeah, all right, he's turned heel, but that was a bit too far, wasn't it? And anything you can do to get a bit of backlash, anything you can do to generate some heat, anything you can do to get the crowd to kind of turn on you. He would have loved, if you're a heel, the one thing you want to hear is Cena sucks, F you Cena. I mean, that is music to a heel's ears. You really don't want to be hearing let's go Cena, to be honest. If I'm John Cena, that's not what I want to hear, because if I'm John Cena, I'm going into WrestleMania, and I think this is very true of this situation. I think John really wants to be hated now, because I think he's got a lot of time, a lot of respect, a lot of love for Cody Rhodes. And I think that he wants this to be a moment where, Cody has got everyone behind him and everyone is cheering for Cody. And I think Cena is now, his career's done. Let's be honest, his career's done. He's already said goodbye at Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble. I mean, we are in the dying embers, the flickering final flame of his career. It's over. I've said before, the race is pretty much run. The only thing we're doing now is the kind of final bend, and he's waving to the fans as he's doing it. So for me, his career is done. There are a couple of things that still need to be sorted, and that would be, does he get 17 and who's his final match against? You could throw in there, will he appear at TNA? Will he get an Intercontinental? There's still stuff, of course, for him to achieve, even though we're in this final stage. But I think for me, he knows that the end is coming, and he's looking at a few things that he wants to achieve. It wouldn't shock me if in his mind, one of the things he wants to achieve is to really cement the support behind Cody, because I think he would be thrilled that Cody is the guy. I think that Cody is someone that used to drive John around. I think Cody is very respectful. I think he's the son of Dusty as well, who was a legend in his own right. I think Cena is thrilled. I think Cena arguably couldn't have handpicked a better replacement than Cody. I think he really wants this to work for Cody. And so I think he really wants heat. I think he wants to be the bad guy. He wants to have everyone boo him and cheer Cody. So the let's go Cena chants are not chants I think Cena's going to be welcoming. I mean, listen, he could have turned around and said, if you support me, you're with me. If you don't support me, then F you or whatever, right? There was a comment that was made, I forget who, but it was in Unseen yesterday. There was a comment that was made online that he could have gone down the Bret Hart road. The Bret Hart road in 97 was, I love Canada, I hate America. So if you're Canadian and you're cheering me, I'm with you. If you're American, I can't stand you, right? And he could have gone down that road of having a group that support him and being there for them. And that could have been the Let's Go Cena people. But he didn't. He burnt that bridge. He even turned around to them and said, you're just as toxic. You're just as bad. What have you ever done for me? Which, again, doesn't make a great deal of sense because they've paid a lot of money and bought a lot of merch and bought him houses and swimming pools and cars. And do you know what I mean? So, like, without that support, he wouldn't be who he is. He wouldn't be in the position he's in. So, really, if you break it down, it doesn't really work. But it doesn't matter. I get it. He's trying to get heat. So, to answer your question, do I think him saying that about that kid was too far? No. I think that's okay. I think that it would be nice if someone from WWE went up to the kid afterwards quietly and just said, would you like to come backstage and just meet a few of the WWE superstars? Or, you know, sorted him out like a few free shirts. Because if that kid has had a bad experience with John and now he doesn't like John, you could understand that, couldn't you? And so if he's decked out in John Cena stuff, here, have some more merch. It's absolutely nothing to WWE. Nothing to WWE to give that kid, to look after that kid, you know? Give that kid some free merch, let him come backstage. Absolutely nothing to them. And I think, considering the fact that that kid's image has really gone around, you know, and he's been like the face of that brutal moment, I think they should do something like that. I would hope that they did something like that. I would hope that someone there had that in their mind of like, okay, we owe this kid, right? We owe this kid now. We need to at least do something. Give him some free shirts, give him some free merch, have him come backstage, something. So I don't think that moment with him picking on the kid is too much. I would question, why did they feel the need to show the kids? It's one thing to have John Cena going, that kid there, even that kid's part of the problem, right? I think that's okay, but why did they feel the need to show the kids? I wonder if it wasn't even the same kid. I actually don't know. It's only now that I'm talking out loud. I don't even know if that was the same kids that Cena pointed out. He could have pointed out one kid, and they could have shown another kid that was decked out in Cena merch. And it might not have even have been the same kids. It could have been, but it might not have been. And that then opens up another conversation, doesn't it? Because then you've got one kid that's being pointed at and being told you're part of the problem. Not great for a kid. But then you've got another kid that's being shown on TV that's now going to be associated with that. Not great for them either. So now you've got two kids that you've got like to look after. It probably was the same kids. But the point I'm making is I actually don't know that it was. It could be Cena pointed there. They already had a camera on a kid. He was decked out in Cena merch. It's basically a crowd shot. It's basically a crowd shot, and they cut to it, and it just makes it seem like it was the same kids. So it could have been the same. Might not have been the same. I don't know. All I do know is I don't think him pointing the kid out and saying it was too far. I do question why they felt the need to show the kid on TV or show a kid in that moment. And I really do hope they looked after him, them, gave them some free merch, got them to go backstage, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think he's just desperately trying to get heat, to be honest with you. I think he's just desperately trying to get heat. And I think that Cena will kind of do whatever he can at the moment. And I'm interested to see what he does next week. I'm interested to see if there's any way that he can get the whole crowd to chant Cena sucks rather than having the Let's Go Cena. I think the truth is there's a group of people that are not really on board with Cody and Cody's title run because he's a bit family friendly and the creative has not been great. And if the alternative is like a moody John Cena being the champ and getting 17, and you know, I think it's going to be hard because also people are buying tickets to see John. You know, John did that horrific turn and turned on Cody. You've still got kids buying his merch. It's still John Cena. and he's saying goodbye. This is why the turn was like questionable at this time. But I mean, look, it made a big impact. It's probably already validated itself. I would say it was already worth doing because of the noise it made. But now we are in an interesting situation where we've got to try and get all the pieces to fit and make it work as we head to WrestleMania. So it's going to be very interesting to watch that journey. So next week will be unmissable. Wayne again.
Daze, do you think that Cody could still win?
Yeah, I do. I think he should win. We were talking about this yesterday. There was a big debate about should it be Cena, should it be Cody. For me, I wouldn't have Cena win whilst he's a heel. Because even though he is getting split reactions at the moment, we saw that yesterday, I think that if he was a face, there wouldn't be split reactions. I know he got split reactions when he was, you know, an active full-time wrestler. But actually what we've seen recently since he went part-time is a lot more love for John. I think it was yesterday I referenced Money in the Bank in London when he made, I think, the announcement that, well, I don't know if he made the announcement there that he was going to be retiring. I might be getting confused on that. But he showed up in London, right? Surprise. Came out. London erupted. Everyone was singing his song. There wasn't dueling chants at that point. Because Cena now is someone that is, his time is done. And people know it. So if you get to see Cena, like, it's special. Like, we know that his time is coming to an end. So London was absolutely united behind John Cena. And that's not just a London thing. I think that dueling chants when he was active because he was taking opportunity away from people. He was winning all the time. Super Cena. He was burying challengers. Plenty of challengers that faced John Cena that people wanted to see win. And you just knew that they wouldn't because it was Super Cena. He was winning all the time. That was Vince's golden boy. And this is where a lot of the problems came from, was that Cena always had to look good. Cena always had to be winning. Cena always had to be the guy. And if you had a resistance to that, you very quickly, that turned into resentment. Resistance became resentment. And that's where the whole Cena sucks thing kind of came from, right? If you was on board with Cena, well, I mean, Jesus, you ate good. Yeah, you ate good. For like 10, 15 years, you ate good. Because Cena was just ever present in the main events, winning title after title, match after match. If he was losing, he was probably getting screwed. And there was probably a reason for it rather than him losing clean. And one of the first memories I have of watching on YouTube is a guy called Bruce Blitz. I've mentioned him before. And he was like the JD from New York of his day. And I would watch him because, and for the same reason I would imagine a lot of people watch JD, you know that when something happens on the show, there's going to be a big reaction on like Bruce Blitz or JD, right? So Bruce Blitz, whenever John Cena was like, you know, on the show and being pushed, getting a win or being positioned to get a win, I knew that he would just rant and explode and would just be livid because he absolutely could not stand John Cena. He would be the flipping president of the Cena sucks movement. And so I used to watch him really because I knew that it would be fiery and it would be explosive and he would be like, you know, really kicking off. And I wasn't watching him for ages. I watched him for a period of like, I don't know, 2-3 months. And then it got a bit repetitive. But for those 2-3 months, that was one of my very first experiences of watching like a wrestling YouTuber, was watching him and watching his kind of reactions to John Cena. So, for me, there's a big, like, there was a big anti-Cena movement back in the day. But I think as he became part-time, I think that sort of went away and, like, diluted because, well, he became harmless. The problems with Cena went away. He wasn't at the top of the cards anymore. He wasn't winning all the matches. He just said he hasn't won in over 2,000 days. I think a lot of that stuff that people hated Cena for disappeared. And he went to Hollywood, and actually what you got was you were quite like, oh my God, Cena's here. And it became, this is going to be a big segment. This is exciting. And actually, there's plenty of shows that needed that excitement, like injecting into them. So Cena being around actually became something different. It evolved. It stopped being that Cena was this hated person by half the crowds, and it became, John's here. Let's see what John's got to say. Let's see what they're going to do with John, right? He wasn't the guy anymore. He wasn't the focus anymore. There was other stars like Roman and Brock that were the guy or guys, and Cena kind of became this attraction. So I feel like the relationship really evolved, and I think it got to quite a good place. And so, you know, for me now, I think that version of John getting 17 would have a lot of people behind him, certainly if he was to get it from a heel. If he was to get 17th by beating Gunther, like, I think, you know, it would be 99% of people would be behind John. So now him winning it as a heel just doesn't sit well with me, because I don't really want him getting 17 and the crowd being split. I don't really want him getting 17 and the crowd being, you know, I mean, you've got a large Cody fan base there that are not going to want to see Cena winning at WrestleMania. And myself, I mean, like, I was right behind John at the Rumble. I wanted him to win the Rumble. He came second, so I was behind John at the Rumble. But now I don't have a desire to see him winning 17, because the reaction to it is going to be, like, very muddy. It's going to be like some people will be celebrating because they're not fans of Cody, and the Cody fans are going to be down. And it's like, this isn't really what I was looking for such a historic moment. So, yeah, look, Cena's going in as favorite. I wouldn't have him win for the reason that I just explained. I would try and save it to when he turns face again, so we can have it be a bigger, more celebratory moment, because I think it should be a celebratory moment. He's gonna get 17 this year, I'm sure of it. And when he does, he will be the person that has won more world titles in WWE, in wrestling, than anyone else. Technically not true. There are others, but like Ric Flair, for example, whose record is way higher than WWE claim it to be, but irrelevant. They say it's 16. It's not, but they say it's 16. And, you know, he's gonna be the outright record holder. That's a big moment, man. That's a big moment. That is a serious record. And that should be a big celebration in my mind. Not a... I didn't want Cena to get it. And that's how a lot of people are going to react. So, yeah, do I think Cody's got a chance? Yeah, I think Cody's got a chance. I think it's probably 60-40 Cena, though, just because I've got my reasonings as to why I don't want to see Cena get it at WrestleMania. Doesn't mean that it's going to go that way. And the bookie's favorite right now is that it is going to be John Cena that's going to actually get it done. Again, you know, make of that whatever you will. But, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. But as we saw yesterday, there's people that feel different. Not everyone agrees with my opinion on that, and that's absolutely fine. Not everyone agrees with anything that I say, in the sense of we all have differing opinions on everything, right? Some people will disagree with what I've just said there, but then they'll agree with something I say later. And I suppose in a way, the way I view it is it's like we're all down the pub, you know? And it's like we're just talking wrestling, sharing our thoughts. But I'm not going to change my opinion just because people disagree with it, you know? I mean, that is how I truly feel, and that's the reasons as to why I feel that way. But I appreciate not everyone agrees. Right, let's go. Kim's Trains.
Daze, is there a possibility of WWE possibly bringing back Starrcade and the Lethal Lottery? Can you imagine Cena and Cody teaming up? Or Jey and Jacob? Maybe Theory and Ciampa versus Waller and Johnny?
There's always a possibility, but I mean, there's no rumors of it happening. Starrcade was actually around a few years ago. I think, were they using that as a house show name? I've got a feeling Starrcade was being used just a few years ago. But, yeah, I there's no word of them bringing that back and doing anything like with that. Stuff like that would maybe be at the NXT level. I don't know that they would look to do something like that on the main roster level. I think if they were really passionate about it, they probably would have done it already if like it was something they were really passionate about. But I don't know, NXT seems to dig into that nostalgia. We did the ECW show, didn't we? They do Halloween Havoc every year, so we get that as well. They've done In Your House in the past as well, so I sort of feel like NXT seem to be a bit more open to that kind of a thing. So, but no word or rumor of anything like that happening.
Do you think they will add Ripley to the Women's Championship match at WrestleMania?
Jeremy, shout out to you, bud. Yeah, I do. I think we're just seeing that play out at the moment. I think that she is going to find a way of being added. I mean, if I was Bianca and EO, I wouldn't really want her to be involved because, you know, she's going to be a problem. She's a, you know, an amazing competitor. She's not someone that I want to be wrestling against. But it's going to get to the point where, as I said, I think during the watch along, they're going to know that she is going to get involved at WrestleMania. If she doesn't have a match at Mania, I think we all expect her to get involved, right? So you have to weigh up, like, okay, what's my best chance of winning this match? Is my best chance trying to keep Rhea out of it so that I can just do my thing, but knowing that she will get involved at some point and that could cost me? I could be about to win and bang, she blindsides me, right, during the match. Or is it better to have her in the match so that I can be aware of where she is, what she's doing? Yes, it's going to be difficult because a triple threat is a lot harder than a singles match because, you know, EO can pin Rhea and that's it, match over. I'm not even involved. So it's more difficult, but is it actually better because I know where Rhea is at all times rather than constantly worrying if she's going to interrupt? If they were to go with that as a reason, if they were to give that as a reason, there wouldn't be much pushback from me because I would get the logic. I never really understood why a champion would want to defend in a triple threat because it makes it so much harder. The two challengers can pin each other or one can pin the other. That's it. You've lost your belts. You know, those two challengers could pick you up, plant you through the commentary table. You're down. They get in the ring. One pins the other. You've just lost your title. So you would never willingly want to put yourself into that situation if you're a champion because you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. But if you can logically explain why you would do that, and I think what we just said is a logical explanation, then I can buy that. So I think that they're circling around each other, clearly heading to that triple threat. I really love the fact that Rhea signed the contract and it was not granted, right? There's people saying like, well, WWE have done that before. You know, John Cena did it before. Shawn Michaels did it before. But also my counter to that would be was that, well, it was wrong. I mean, that's not how contracts work. You know, if the contract has got the name of the participants and they just need to sign it, someone else can't come along and sign it and get what's in the contract, right? Doesn't work. It's not like the signature overrules the content of the contract. Like, it just doesn't work that way. And I really love the fact that WWE have kind of said that, right? So the fact that we've done that in the past means that we were wrong in the past, and we will have said that at the time, right? So I love the fact that we're doing it different. And for anyone that's still banging on about, oh, we did it in the past, I can't believe it, they're screwing Rhea Ripley, that was a different company. That was under Vince. This is TKO now. So if you really want to be a douche about it, right, it's a completely different company that view contracts differently, properly, right? So done. End of conversation. So for me, I like the fact that didn't work. I like the fact that we understand how contracts actually work. But it's not got rid of Rhea. You know, she's still online saying, add me to the match. But I think if Bianca and Io turn around and say, yes, we want her because she's going to interrupt anyway, then, you know, I think we can definitely, we've got something we can work with there. Right. Dean, shout out to you, bud. Boom, boom, boom.
Dean Kohler, member. Daze, how about this? The Secret Hervis versus Raquel and Liv for the titles, with the Hervis winning. That group is good. Let's make it happen.
I don't know if you can do it against Raquel and Liv because of it all being heels. So Raquel and Liv are heels, Hervis are heels. So I'm not sure you could do that, but I see the vision. I agree with the vision. I would just have to wait until baby faces have the belts. I would just wait until, you know, they're on a couple of baby faces and then have them go after those tag titles. But I can see the vision. I mean, Chelsea being United States champion, the Hervis having the tag titles and them being called the Secret Hervis. I get it. I see it. I'm with you 100%. But I would probably just wait for Liv and Raquel to lose to some baby faces. I don't know if Alexa and Nikki against the Secret Hervis is really what people are looking for. So not sure about that. It might have to be some different, like Kaden and Katana versus the Secret Hervis makes a lot of sense in my mind. Like that works. Or you could easily get another like babyface female team, right? We don't have loads of female kind of teams. Maybe we get like Natalia and Maxine joining up. Maxine's desperately trying to, you know, learn from Natalia. I wouldn't be shocked if they get together and actually, you know, get the women's tag titles, and then we could have the Secret Hervis going after them. But I would look for it to be like Kaden and Katana because they're a proper babyface women's tag team. So they should always be around the kind of conversation. But I see the vision. I think it's very good.
John's Wrestling Corner. If Stone Cold gets involved in WrestleMania, do you think he gets involved in John Cena versus Cody match?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think that Stone Cold coming down and kind of being the equalizer makes a lot of sense. So you got John against Cody. Rock will be around. Rock will get involved. Well, someone's going to help Cody. Cody's got plenty of friends. We saw that last year at WrestleMania 40. So, you know, there's plenty of people that will come to John's aid if he needs it. They'll come to Cody's aid, if he needs it. And so Stone Cold could be that person. I said that, and I still stand by this, because I think if The Rock and Cena do add a third person, I would be really interested in Cody having Stone Cold and Randy Orton helping him to neutralize the other two in that group, because I feel like Randy John is a feud we need to get this year. Not a feud, but a match, right? And with it being Backlash in St. Louis, that would make a lot of sense to do Randy John there. So you could plant that seed at WrestleMania by having Randy come down. And, you know, The Rock's greatest ever rival was Stone Cold. And what's great is Stone Cold was not involved at WrestleMania 40. He was meant to be, but The Undertaker stepped in instead. So for me, we've got two people that we didn't see help Cody last year, which would be Randy and it would be Stone Cold. Both of them, I believe, would at the moment. I believe, you know, Stone Cold said, if Cody needs me, I'll be there. We know he's at WWE Worlds. I think that, like, for me, like, we're in a really good situation where we can utilize them and have them kind of come down to neutralize The Rock and a potential third person. And then it's going to come down, I think, if all of that equals itself out, it's going to come down to how much of a distraction has it been? Who can capitalize on that? I would think the finish would come shortly after Stone Cold's come down, and, you know, I mean, that's the ending, isn't it? Stone Cold coming down is you don't have a match go 10 minutes after that. Like, that is, oh my God, Stone Cold's here. Everyone's like popping. You then do like the finishing sequence in the ring. But who gains the advantage there? Who gains the distraction? Because you could have it go either way at that point. You know, John Cena rolling up Cody and hitting him with an AA, following a distraction on the outside involving all these people. Cena could easily win. But then equally, I think Cody has got a hell of a chance. I don't think that it is like 99% Cena's winning. I do think he's the favorite, and because the bookies are telling me he's the favorite. But I think Cody's got a chance. I think he's got a chance. So, yeah, if Stone Cold gets involved, I think it will be in that moment. I think it should be in that moment as well, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't use him elsewhere. Unless you have him do, like, read the attendance thing out, but then also use him in the main event as well. I really would get him involved in the main event. Who doesn't want to see Stone Cold Rock, like, face-to-face having a moment? I mean, just makes sense, doesn't it, to do that? We didn't do it last year, so do it this year.
I hated one point that all Cena matches was him getting everyone over lol. It was ridiculous lol.
Yeah, it really swung, didn't it? I mean, it really went from him being the guy that got all the wins to him being the guy that got all the losses. It really did kind of flip it over on its head. And it was kind of weird, really. I mean, I don't mind in the sense of, I think there is an argument that if you are inactive, that wrestling becomes a lot harder. I can believe that. I really can believe that. Because you hear a lot of people saying that, like, your body gets used to taking the bumps. Your body gets, like, callous to it. And so, you know, bumps are hard. You know, I mean, it's a mat with very thin layer of padding. And underneath is, like, steel and wooden planks. So, you know, it's got some bounce to it. There is some forgiveness to it. But, you know, you're taking bump after bump after bump in a match. You are going to feel it. Your body just sort of gets used to it the more you do it. And so for someone like Cena that was stepping away and doing Hollywood and coming back and just doing the odd match, I can believe that there was, and getting older, of course, I can buy and believe that he was struggling physically with the demands of wrestling compared to when he was a full-time active wrestler. So, I mean, I can buy it. That's not a problem for me, but I think it went a bit too far. You know, he put over everyone, really. I mean, I think he said he hadn't won a match in like 2,000 days, which is pretty crazy, like a singles match. I think he'd won like a tag match, and he'd picked up the odd bit here and there, the odd win here and there, but not in like singles competition. So it really did go from one extreme to the other. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was expecting him to say or use that as a reason as to why he had turned heel. But he didn't. Instead, he didn't really mention The Rock at all. He just blamed the fans and said he had had enough of the fans.
Hannah WWE Daze, Guten Tag, with any future possibility of a world title being vacated, would you be in favor of WWE doing an entire tournament on a PPV, like in the Survivor Series 1998 PPV, to have a winner?
I think it's hard to do a whole tournament in a pay-per-view. I mean, we have King and Queen of the Ring, and we tend to just do the final, don't we? I don't know if it's a case that people just don't want to wrestle twice, or if it's... I mean, I don't know why you can't do the semi-finals and the final at the same show. I don't think you would go bigger than that. I mean, we were seeing, you know, bigger tournaments than that. I mean, the biggest one that I ever saw was going all the way back to the Wrestling Classic, which was, 85? I think 85. And that was a massive tournament, which actually didn't mean anything. You didn't win a title or anything. But, I mean, it had like 4 first round match. No, I think it was even bigger than that. It was massive. It was huge. And so we've seen that, but there's just not much of an appetite, to be honest, to do like a full tournament, big tournament. These days, it tends to just be the final. We have seen some where we get the semi-finals and final. that play out there. To be honest with you, would I want to see that? No, because we've got King and Queen of the Ring, and I think that works, and I wouldn't take away from King and Queen of the Ring. I think King and Queen of the Ring is, I really like the idea of it. I think it's important. I wish it felt, I suppose the winner doesn't, back in the day, if you won King and Queen of the Ring, you was called King, you was called King, we didn't have Queen. You was called King, and you went around with a crown, and it kind of affected your character for the next 12 months. I don't need that, but I do need something that sticks around a little bit more than, Nia won Queen of the Ring last year. There's no mention of it anymore. And it just seems a little bit like, I wish there was some, I don't need it to be Queen Nia. I don't need it to have a crown. I love the fact she got a title match at SummerSlam. I think that's great. That's definitely great. So, I mean, it benefited from that. But it is a little bit of a shame that that's it then, Like, it is a little bit of a shame that it doesn't, I don't know, show itself once that's done. But then I suppose you could make the argument it's no different to the Royal Rumble. You win a Rumble, you get to go for a title at WrestleMania. That's it then. It's not mentioned throughout the rest of the year that you was that year's Royal Rumble winner. So I suppose King and Queen of the Ring has just become that, really. You win that, you get the title shot at SummerSlam, and then once that's over, that's it, really. I mean, it'll be on your list of accomplishments. If ever they have that, like, info thing at the side, it'll say that you won King or Queen of the Ring in the year that you did, just like if you'd won the Rumble. But, it's just a bit weird that back in the day it used to be something that would stick around. But that was always quite cheesy. I know Triple H hated it. I remember seeing an interview with Triple H where he said that he used to break the crown. He would break the crown, and they gave him a new one. And so then he'd break that one. And they were like, no, you need to wear this. He's like, I'm not wearing it. It looks rubbish. It was like something you'd get from a fancy dress shop, and it had a big WWF logo on it. And every time they gave him a new one, he would stomp on it, right? He'd find a way of coming out with it, but during the match, it would get destroyed. And eventually, after this happened in several times, they were like, you're not going to keep this thing and wear it, are you? And he was like, no. And they just stopped trying to give him a new one then. But these new crowns were lovely, weren't they? They were great. They weren't like cheap or anything like that, so they looked really nice. I don't know. Should she come and wear that on a regular basis? I don't know. It's one that I'd have to kind of sit and think about what the solution to that should be. But I think it's a little bit of a shame that she's won this big tournament and it's just never mentioned again, But I do like the fact she got the title opportunity. But no, I wouldn't do another tournament because I wouldn't want to take away from that tournament. That tournament, I think, is really good. I'm a fan of King and Queen of the Ring. I would make King and Queen of the Ring even bigger. I would really have almost everyone involved on the main roster and do loads of first round matches. Some of them, if they're superstars you don't really care about, do them at the house shows. I don't mind matches being done at the house shows. I know some people are like, oh, this sucks that I can't watch it. It's at a house show. And it's like, well, it'd be nice if they were able to stream it live on their YouTube channel. I think it would be great if there was a way that you could watch it. But I like the fact that, like, if you go to a house show, there's some of meaning that you can see. Like, you can see LA Knight against whoever, and it means something. Like, people are going to be interested in the result because it's a first round match. Someone's getting eliminated in the tournament. And you could do that, and it would affect, like, loads of house shows. Matches on Raw, given a bit of meaning, but obviously you'd only use the bigger stars for Raw and for SmackDown. House shows would have a bit more about them. Everyone would be involved. Because everyone's involved, the winner of it is elevated because they've managed to get through a field that involved everybody. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of King and Queen of the Ring. I think there's a real once you get past WrestleMania and you get into the summer, I sort of feel like there's a gap there because you've got WrestleMania season, then you've got really nothing. I mean, the build for SummerSlam's not going to start until late June. So you've got May and June. You've got 2 months there where you're out of WrestleMania. You're not into SummerSlam yet. You've got a 2-month period where you can really, like, you know, get your teeth into something. We tend to use that time for Money in the Bank. We tend to use that time for the draft. And, you know, we can use that time for King and Queen of the Ring. So I'm sort of down, really am down for doing King and Queen of the Ring, which is why I wouldn't do a tournament elsewhere. I think that if the world title gets vacated, I really like the idea of the winner of King or Queen of the Ring could have it. I wouldn't mind if you tweaked it and made the winner of King and Queen get the belt rather than go to SummerSlam to earn the right? You could do that. Or winner of the Rumble. Winner of the Rumble can have it. But I feel like we've got like these things already set in place. So I like it. I am a King and Queen of the Ring stan.
Asib Hassan. Daze, do you believe Cena genuine will continue to get this look of Cena throughout the heel run, or will get new look music attire, etc.?
Do you believe Cena genuine? Do you believe Cena genuine will continue to get this look of Cena throughout the heel run, or will we get new look? What do you mean? Sorry, do you think Cena's for real that he will keep this look? Look, I honestly, I think that they already made these collections. I mean, they were showing these collections like days before he actually even appeared on Raw. And I think, I don't know that I believe what he said. I think what he said is a way of covering the fact that they've already committed to these, like the designs had been made, the merch had been sorted. And so I think like the belts, you know, think about the belts that are available. Like those needed to be designed and manufactured. I know shirts can just be knocked out and put any design on, but there's more than just shirts. There's way more than just, it's a whole collection of things that are like, here's Cena in Belgium, here's Cena in Scotland, yeah? And part of these collections are title replica belts. You don't just knock them out when someone orders them, right? Like those are things that need to be made in advance. And I think that these collections, as a result, could not be abandoned. Like the heel turn happened because it was so secretive, they weren't able to tell anyone. The collections were made. They've had to commit to those collections. And we now find ourselves in a situation where, what do you do? What do you do? So I personally, and I can't prove this, but I personally believe that Cena saying you don't get new music, you don't get new clothes and all that stuff because you get what you deserve and you don't deserve anything new. I believe it's because the collections were already made. And so, you know, hence why he's wearing them and in a way promoting them. There's still a group of people that are Let's Go Cena. And even after he's blasted that kid, there will still be people that are Let's Go Cena. And as a result of that, we are going to be seeing him wearing the Scottish shirt. If you go along, you might, you know, you've been a Cena fan your whole life. He's coming to Glasgow. You might pick up that belt. You might pick up that replica belt. Doesn't matter that Cena's a heel now. You might have confidence that he'll turn face by the end of the year. And even if he does stay heel for the rest of this run, you ain't going to change the fact that you loved him and what he did in the past. And he's been there for you during some hard times. And maybe his never give up advice actually helped you at some point. You know? Never give up. I mean, this kind of stuff, these kind of people, they are very inspirational. They help people. And in ways that you don't quite think about at times. So, there might be a time where, it feels like the walls are closing in. You just don't know which way to turn. Life is hard. I mean, life is hard. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, it can make life look easy, but it is not easy. Everyone goes through hard times. And there might have been times where John Cena has inadvertently been there for people with, the fact that they were down, but they had tickets to a show and they bumped into him. And he made their day. And, just all of a sudden put them in a better moods. They found some momentum, some positivity from that experience. The whole never give up thing. I would imagine that Cena gets a lot of people coming up to him going, you really helped me. I met you when I was young and I was going through like cancer. And I was like, I met you through Make-A-Wish. And I just want you to know you turned my life around. There are people that understandably are never going to turn on John Cena, right? Understandably. And so I think these collections were already in place. I think these collections will still sell. Probably not as well as they would have if he had just stayed face, but I think that the collections will still sell. They'll still generate money. And I think he's just committing to, okay, well, we'll promote this. And, we'll just wear this and we'll go with the angle that you don't deserve anything new. So I'll just keep coming out to the same theme and doing this. I wouldn't be shocked if, as we move forwards, we actually get some new merch and new music, because once we get past this European tour, I don't know that they're going to keep making like this kind of stuff. I mean, what they might do is they might want to stick to you don't get new merch kind of thing. And maybe when he gets back to America, there'll be a new shirt that is very similar to what he's wearing now, but it's black. And the smile on his face, where he's like that and he's saluting, maybe it's more of a frown. And maybe it's the same sort of vibe. You can't see me, but perhaps it's faded. And perhaps, the smile is more of a frown. And rather than it being a bright color, it's black. So it's still the same vibe, but only it's got more of a heel connotation to it. Like, we could see some movement with that. Music-wise, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know. I mean, now that he's said that, he can't totally abandon it. He can't totally change course, can he? Now that he's said you don't deserve anything new, it does make it a little bit difficult to now change his music. But I wouldn't be shocked if we do at some point, to be honest. I wouldn't be shocked if at WrestleMania he does come out to a different theme. And it be like a Travis Scott piece, Travis Scott by his side, and he comes out to some a Travis Scott track. And as we said, that new merch could be same vibe. Well, not vibe, but same style, but different vibe. So, yeah, it's a good question. I really think that he's done it as a way of just selling this new merch. Wrestle with Andy, shout out to you, buds. Oh.
Wrestle with Andy. Daze, watch out for your head on Monday.
So, for those that don't know, Wrestle with Andy took my flipping head to a show in Philadelphia when they were in Philadelphia, and managed to lose it. I always like to tell people that, because the idea of my decapitated head floating around flipping Philadelphia being used for God knows what. It's probably stuck on the ceiling of a brothel. Or a dartboard, but I think is kind of entertaining to the community. But are you doing it again for Glasgow, are you? Andy, honestly, you don't need to, but you don't need to. Well, the community will keep an eye out for it. Please don't lose it. I definitely don't need it to be lost in Glasgow. God only knows where it would end up, Yeah, crazy. I hope you have a good time, my friends. I hope you have a good time. Puggy, let's get over to you.
Puggy. Days, I'm fuming. Cody Rhodes' promo is so weak compared to Cena. In the last 30 years, I've never seen such a huge gap in level between two main event stars.
Days, I'm fuming. Cody Rhodes' promo was so weak compared to Cena. In the last 30 years, I've never seen such a huge gap in level between two stars. I disagree, to be honest with you. I actually thought that Cena's promo was a little bit, not lacking, but the message of it was just, you lot, you've been awful to me. This is an abusive relationship, blah, 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 blah. Whereas Cody came out short to the point, I don't want to face this. I don't want to face this whiny blah, 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 you know? So for me, it was a case of, I think that Cena didn't respond to Cody. There wasn't really a back and forth. I think Cena was just going off at the fans. Cody came out, defended the fans, and that was it, really. I mean, I didn't see like a massive gap between them because there wasn't like an interaction between them. Cena had way more time than Cody. I think it'll be very interesting when they do back and forth. A lot of people are thinking that, you know, Cena's going to ruin Cody. But, yeah, I'll be very interested to see next week if we do get that back and forth. But I thought that Cena coming out blaming the fans was not what I was looking for. I get it. He's trying to get heat. But I think we're all like, okay, you've had enough of the fans. Don't really understand why, because you're in your final stretch now, right? All you got to do is wave and say goodbye. You'd already won Elimination Chamber. Like, I still need this explaining to me, John. You've said you had enough of the fans, but all you got to do is get to December and you're done, right? So, why have you joined up with The Rock, John? Why have you joined up with The Rock? What's that about? Why have you sold your soul to The Rock? What's that about? There was no mention of that. So, for me, like, I've still got questions, which isn't a bad thing, because John has got a few more weeks to, you know, do what he is going to do and say what he's going to say, and maybe we'll get to that. Obviously, The Rock's going to be on the show at some point. I think yesterday was very basic. I think it was very kind of wrestling 101. It's your fault, the fans. And so, yeah, like, that was it, really. I mean, there wasn't really much to it. Couple of nice lines about you don't deserve new stuff, but I can't say he destroyed Cody. I mean, he spoke longer. It was very compelling, but I can't say he destroyed Cody because he blamed the fans. Cody came out, stuck up for the fans, and that was it. So we'll see next week when they start really getting into each other, kind of how it plays. Lisa, I just saw your thing. Days, I'm having trouble with Super Chat. The reveal wasn't done yesterday. I've sent a couple of emails with the results. Can we do it tonight? My daughter's here with me. Well, yes, I'm very sorry about that, Lisa. I set my alarm, actually, so that I would remember. And I don't know why, but I've not had anything kind of going off. I think part of the problem, to be honest with you, might be because of the fact that we were in Europe. So, you know, I think, unfortunately, part of the issue might have been that we did the Raw at a completely different time to when we would normally do it, rather than, you know, sod's law, that we've done it at a time where it's not at its usual time. So I think that might have been the issue in regards to why my alarm has not prompted me to, like, remind me. So, yes, we can absolutely do that. We're 2 minutes away from the start of NXT. So, I think the best thing for us to do is to, because I've not seen the emails. So, the best thing for them to do is, I think around about the halfway point, we will do that. So, I'm thinking in an hour. So, I got you. We will do this. But I'm just going to have to read these emails right now. So, if it's a boy, it's AJ Styles. And if it's a girl, it's AJ Lee. Let me grab those now, actually. I'll grab those now. Yeah, does that work for you in about an hour? Let me grab those. I couldn't find AJ Styles. I found AJ Lee straight away, but I couldn't find AJ Styles. Lisa said, if you get multiple super chats, I'm sorry, just ignore them. I've not seen anything come in through, buds. Yeah, no, apologies for that. I knew that I would forget, right? I knew that I wouldn't remember because my memory on like this is rubbish. So I actually set an alarm that has it as a message. And I'm like, hang on, why is that not reminded me? But thinking about it, it's probably because Raw was at a completely different time, which means that the alarm would have gone off probably after Raw had ended. So that's flipping annoying. Yeah, I've got them both. So I've got AJ Styles for if it is a boy, right? Quite a nice AJ Styles, actually. Elite. Nice articulation. There's AJ. And then I've got AJ Lee for if it is a... Oh! She's going to be see-through because she's got green. I don't know if I've got another AJ. Have we got another AJ? I don't know if I've got another AJ. What about if I have her head? Otherwise, she's got see-through boobs. Like that. But that doesn't work too bad, actually. It just looks like she's got a black top, doesn't it? Right, let's go over to NXT so we can get our teeth into NXT. Geordie said, hadn't realised the show had started. Oh, yeah, we're on it. We're on it. Okay. I actually don't know the run order of this. I don't know which way we're going. We're just looking back at what went down at last week, and what a flipping show it was last week. Days an hour is perfect. Brilliant. Okay. Goods. I like the fact that we can fix this. We can find a way forwards. That's kind of cool, isn't it, that she doesn't know the gender of her daughter yet, or son. See what I did? I'm looking to see if there's like different figures. Okay. I think the AJ is fine, isn't it? I think that looks good. Okay. Now that Stephanie has got 2 titles, who do you think will challenge next? Well, I think we'll find out tonight, buds. I think we'll find out tonight. Okay, who's coming out first? It is Chelsea. Puggy said, Daze, Cody, if he isn't standing with Cena, Rock, or Punk, he can't cut a promo. He's riding off the presence of elite stars to shine. I have to disagree, but I thought Cody's promo on... was it... When was that? Was it last Monday? Cody cut an amazing promo. The best promo I've heard him cut in WWE. Was it Friday or was it Monday? I can't remember. The Hervis are there, by the way. She's gone to check over the ref and check over Mike Rome to make sure that they're all clear before Chelsea gets in. So she's got a hat that says USA and it's got champ and the A kind of goes, so USA and champ. Here's Sol Ruca. Yeah, no, there was a Cody promo recently that he did a great job with. I just can't remember what show it was on. I can't remember if it was SmackDown or if it was Raw last week. Here's Sol Ruca. Christopher says, do we think WWE will sign Moose? Do I think that they'll sign Moose? How old is he? I think he might be a little too old. Is he in his 40s or is he young? He's 40. I don't know when his contract's up with TNA. I mean, if his contract's not up for a couple of years, he's going to be about 42. Don't know. That ship might have sailed, to be honest. I think if his contract was up now, they might be interested. There's Chelsea then. Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green. Okay, we got Sol Ruca and Chelsea both in the ring. We're going to get to this first match. It is for the United States Championship, the Women's United States Championship. Bella sounded. We are underway. Working on the arm. Oh. And again. Nice cartwheel over. Trying to grab Chelsea. Nice takedown. I don't know what just got thrown there by Chelsea. Was that like some hair extensions? There was something that just got chucked by Chelsea and kind of passed over to the referee. I think that might have been like some hair extensions or something. Right now we got Sol Ruca. She manages to get out of that. Yeah, chant has broken out for Chelsea, going up against the ropes. Carl said, "Did you see the wrestling fan on The Chase?" No, but I don't really watch The Chase. I'm not against The Chase. I just never watch it. I don't think I'm ever really up when it's on. Going over for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out there by Chelsea. This crowd is amazing, said Alex. Daze, shout out to you. Do you feel I should turn on Cena? I'm never going to do that. He's a bad guy, but I still love Cody as much as Cena, so I'm in a predicament, says Edward. I think you should just do what feels right, buds. Kicks coming in there by Chelsea. We got the Hervis on the outsides. Chelsea charging over. She's got knees there on Sol Ruca. Flips Sol Ruca over. Sol Ruca flips herself over. Wow, crazy athleticism there by Sol Ruca. She picks up Chelsea, spins around, plants her down. And jumping on the back, she's going surfing. Sol Ruca's going surfing. We've got the Hervis on the outsides. Kick coming in. Sol Ruca is in control. She gets picked up on the outsides. Nice leg sweep. Good work there by Sol Ruca. Chelsea goes down. Hervis getting involved. Getting involved. She goes up and looks for the splash. No joy, rolls through. Chelsea takes the leg away there from Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca goes down. Well, there we go. It looks like we're going to our first commercial break. And Lisa, I'm locked in. So 50 minutes. We will reveal whether it is a girl or if it is a boy. Is it AJ Lee or is it AJ Styles? I don't know. I really don't think I have another AJ Lee, but then it might not be needed. I don't know if I've got another AJ Styles, but that might not be needed. Plus, I think the black looks good anyway. I do like this figure. I think this might be like an OC. Is this an OC type figure? It's got that on the sides. Do you know, I have not looked at the figures in quite a while. They're all on a shelf over there, and I never really get them out and like really give them much of a look these days. Some of the detail on them are really nice. Right, we are at commercial break. This match is still continuing. Mackenzie said, do we think that Roman is going to interrupt Punk on SmackDown? I think they'll confront each other. I mean, they're both on SmackDown and Seth's going to be there. So they're all going to be in the same building and they're going to be in the same segment, aren't they? I mean, they're heading towards a match at WrestleMania. The triple threat has long been rumored. Good work there by Chelsea, just wrenching that knee, going for the cover. 2, kick out by Sol Ruca. Nice energy to this match, you know. Nice energy to this match. She just says something there to Sol Ruca. Grabs Sol Ruca. She's pointing to the outsides. She's looking to grab Sol Ruca, pick her up. Sol Ruca flips over. 1, 2. We should really get to some good stuff once we get back in about 40-odd seconds. I got to tell you, though, this has still been going at quite the pace. Working on the leg. Wrenching back on the leg at the moment. We got Sol Ruca trying to get over towards the ropes. She flips over. Kick coming in there by Chelsea. Again, slamming the leg down. Chelsea again, grabbing the leg. And again, wrenching out as Sol Ruca kicks out. Right. Are we going to get a women's 3-way match at WrestleMania? 1 is enough. We don't need one for the men as well, said the Beach Kevin. Kick to the back of their heads. Roman was already scheduled to be on SmackDown. Punk's going to be the one that interferes in his segment, not the other way round, says James. But at least said you could be as fun or as serious with the reveal. Lisa, shout out to you. Okay, they're chanting Chelsea's name. Another shot coming into the midsection there by Sol Ruca. Another kick coming in. Forearm shot there by Sol Ruca. Another chop coming in by Ruca, driving Chelsea back. Chelsea against the ropes. Oh, nice shoulder tackle. Oh, she botches. I wonder if it was a botch. She has been working on that leg. Don't think it was, but could have been. She kind of went off that bottom rope and slipped. She tries again. It's too low, you know. It's too low. Even then, when she just hit it, it didn't look quite right. She collides into Chelsea. The fact that she went back to it makes me actually think it is a bit more of a botch. Dunno, that's interesting. That's interesting. I could see an argument that it wasn't. Right now, the Hervis on the outsides. Chelsea trying to put Ruca away. We've already seen the Hervis getting involved as Chelsea goes through the ropes to the outsides. We've got Ruca getting back up to her feet. She comes over. Kick coming in there by Sol. Grabbing Chelsea. Chelsea getting planted down. Chelsea getting back up to her feet. Sol going up. I'm sure some good's coming. Ruca from the top. Cartwheel. Boom. Into a DDT. Love that sell by Chelsea. So good. Foot on the rope by the Hervis. Secret Hervis getting involved. Zarya. Zarya taking out Alba Fire. Slagent P getting it. It's all happening. It's all happening. Ruca again. Boom! Oh my God, that's like the vagina attack. That was kind of like a split leg moonsault to the outsides. In comes Sol. Chelsea though. Boom! Might be the beginning of the end. She grabs her. The unpretty her. No! Reversed! Reversed! 1, 2. Oh! Almost had a new champion. Soul Snatcher, no! Oh, my God! Oh, that felt like the moment. And now she'll get it. Boom! And she's going to retain. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was really fun at the end. That was really fun. I tell you, she can thank her secret Hervis for that. She retains that women's US championship. Yeah, really fun. Look at this. Look at that. Is that where Sol would have won it? That's where Chelsea did win it. All thanks to the Hervis. All thanks to the Hervis. Okay, we got Javon. Javon and Trick Williams. I'm getting back to Ober. We need the Hervis in Scotland. Oh, definitely. Tighten up. You're never going to be me. Is that Lexis? Lexis is here. You'll never be champ like Trick. At least you can eat solid food again. Oof. Jab coming in there by... there's Stephanie. There's the double champ. Double champ in the house. Days, if Sol had won, would she automatically be on the main lineup or US title on NXT? No, I mean, it's the SmackDown mid-card title, so I'd imagine she'd be used over on SmackDown for a bit. I mean, it might be only until she loses the title. It might not have been that long of a run, but I would have to think they would do, you know, her on NXT, and I don't think it would be a full-blown call-up. You could use it that way, but I think it would be more her doing double duty. I'm not a fan of the grumpy trick. I miss when he was bout it, said Finish. Oh, really? You like the bout it stage? Calvin said, I've been asking this all night, but why do we think Austin Theory was booked to lose to Jey so quickly? Calvin, shout out to you. I think the truth is that there just is no momentum for Austin Theory. If you're an Austin Theory fan, and I really like Austin Theory, I think you have to recognize that this is not a good time for Austin Theory. Austin Theory is not someone that has got any momentum. I don't think there's any major plans in place for him, like in the short term. Long term, there could be. Long term, like we are going to split A-Town down under. Long term, hopefully we can really start building him. But that's not now. And as a result, now it's all about Jey going after Gunther, getting some big wins, getting some, statement victories. I don't think you need Jey being in a back and forth with Austin Theory for too long. They could have gone longer. Could have been a better finish. I'm definitely down to criticize what we got, because I think even with the fact that it didn't need to be a long back and forth, I think it still could have been presented better than it was. I don't think what we got was perfect, right? So I'm not like totally defending it, but I've seen a lot of people saying Austin Theory deserves better and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, well, I can agree the match could have gone a little longer. He could have had a little more offense, but he was always losing that match. And who knows, perhaps John Cena's segment overran a little bit. Perhaps it meant that there wasn't as much time for Jey Uso. And as a result, like, they kept it short. And as a result of that, too short. I mean, we still had 8 minutes left at the end of the show that match could have had. So I'm not defending the match, because I still thought it was a bad match. But this just is not Austin Theory's time. Austin Theory is in a tag team that struggles to get onto TV. Jey Uso is fighting for a World Heavyweight Championship soon at WrestleMania. Like, they are two very different places on the card. And so, of course, Jey Uso won. And, of course, he won handily. Should it have gone down that way? No. But I can't say that I was, like, saddened by it, because I just don't think it's Austin Theory's time, and my hope is it will be after WrestleMania. Has Drew Bull said, I think Tiffy is fine. Really good. Good match. Nothing else to me. Let's see what the NXT Women's Champ has got to say, says Ninja. In an interview, he said he doesn't mind putting other people over, said Spiller the Realist. Mikey said Gunther's okay, but I would like for him to be Volta again, and people are scared of him like before, says Mikey. Do we think Alexa will be at WrestleMania, says Alex. Do you know, I would have said yes, but I don't know if you heard the news that she's been removed from WWE Worlds, and I don't know what that means. Why is she not able to be at WWE World now? I don't have the answer to that. I don't know, is my honest answer. So I've not heard any rumor that there's an issue. I've not heard that there's been any kind of falling out, or I don't know, but all of a sudden her meet and greet has now been cancelled at WWE Worlds. So if anyone knows the reason why that's happened, it could be a double booking. It might be that she's got other commitments at that point now. It might be that she's needed for a VIP thing instead. It could be something very innocent, but I've just not heard the reasonings. So it's, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think she will be, yes. I mean, there was a word that there was major plans for her at WrestleMania. That was only, last week? So my answer would be yes, I do think she'll be there, but today there was an interesting update that she's been removed from WWE World's meet and greets. Okay, we've got Stacks. Okay, we've got the family. I learned from the best, says Stacks. If the underboss says it's handled, it's handled. Okay, there we go. The family are seemingly ready, but it's Stephanie that's coming out next. Okay, that dude's got fan art that is drawn. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, here's Stephanie then making her way down. Obviously, massive moment for her last week. Got to think that Jada Parker is going to make her presence felt. She was sniffing around, making it very clear she'd be interested in the winner. If the Wyatts aren't at Mania, I won't be surprised, but I will still be peeved off, said Alex. If I was a wrestler, I wouldn't want anything to do with the Wyatt Six. All bad news. It's been a waste of time so far, said Long Beach Hippie. Suzanne said, I can't believe Taker is having another Dead Man show again. What else can he talk about? It might be the same. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a different show. Oh, I'm sure he's got plenty of stories, though. He had a, 30-odd-year career in WWE, so I'm sure he could do hour after hour after hour after hour. Plus, he could always just take questions from the fans, couldn't he? They might have specific matches that they want to talk about. Okay, Stephanie chants. See what Stephanie's got to say. English is not my first language. This is difficult for me. Wrestling is my first language. I love that. English isn't my first language. Wrestling is my first language. I want to make history, and I want to make it in the best women's division on the planet. Last week against one of the best, I proved why I am La Primera. La Primera chance. She loves that. She's got a big smile on her face. So she says, I'm waiting for the first woman to step in and look me in the eyes. Okay, it looks like Jordan Grace is going to be that woman, and she's wearing those boots. Oh, my God, she is wearing those boots. No way, man. People said that she's channeling Patrick from SpongeBob. I saw people look at that woman in the background laughing. Dudes, there's no way she's getting in the ring. Dude, there's no way I thought she would wear those boots on TV. She's walking really well in them, you know. Oh! Jada Parker knocks Jordynne Grace over. Ah! God, she's fell from quite the height there. She's fell from quite the height. Patrick's down. Patrick's down. You ain't first in line for anything around here. Dudes, I can't believe it. I can't believe we did that to Patrick. So it is Jada Parker. Jada Parker murks Jordynne Grace, steps into the ring. Are the shoes okay? Are the shoes okay? We just need to know the shoes are okay. Do yourself a favor. Bask in your glory. Yeah. Is Jada coming for both of those belts? It ain't gonna last. Oh, let's go, man. Let's go. Yes. She can talk, man. She can talk. Let's go. That'll be a really good match. Are those shoes okay, though? Stephanie. How was she able to walk? Oh, that was crazy, wasn't it? Right, Hank and Tank stands. We've got Hank and Tank. Extreme. Bum, bum. How long we got? We got less than half an hour, Lisa. Less than half an hour. Right. People getting their thoughts in, their scores in for what we thought of that match. Let's go down. Cobra said that Theory and Jey match on YouTube has got 30,000 dislikes. People don't like how Theory is being treated and the way that Jey won so easily. Theory is too good for a mid-tag team. Well, I agree with that, but I don't have much confidence that there's any plans for him this side of WrestleMania. I mean, I think it's great that people are annoyed about it and upset about it because I like Theory. I'm just not upset about it because I think I've got some confidence that, well, I can just see that he's going to split from Grayson. And I can see that there's a program there. And I can see that, like, that could potentially be the start of him being a face. And then once that happens, you know, we'll invest in him. But it's just, that ain't now. That ain't now. That's not where we are now. So for me, I'm like, okay, I can wait until we get to that point. But make no mistake about it, I think it's great that people are upset about it because, I mean, that's a great sign if you are Austin Theory, isn't it? Jada is the best women's promo in NXT. She was great there. And you know, I'm so shocked that those shoes appeared on TV. I mean, I don't know if they should. I suppose it's a talking point. But it's a little bit Seth Rollins in that it made her look a little silly in my mind. But it was a bit of fun, you know? It's a bit of fun. But I was shocked. We saw her receiving those shoes on Unseen, and I said, oh, I don't expect to see these on TV. And then here we are. Here we are with them on flipping TV. Right, we are at commercial break. Daze, how was your Tuesday? Tuesday's all right, thank you. Hope you've had a good one. A. Jobson said if Bianca wins at Mania, she's going to stay on Raw because it is the Raw title. I'm glad that Stephanie doesn't have to vacate a title, says Robert. I don't know, to be honest. I think, like, she can't have both belts for too long because you take an opportunity away from the women's mid-cards, you know? You could make the argument if she's going to have two belts, should she have to defend them both on the same show at some point, you know? You know, that's going to make life hard, innit? But then, if you want to be a double champ, this is what comes with being a double champ. So, yeah, interesting. Oh, ignore that. Right, we've got some. We got Inamura and Briggs. Are they taking on Hank and Tank? Hank and Tank making their way down. Let's change this over. We got jobs to do here. Briggs and Inamura versus Hank and Tank. Right, we got Hank, Tank, Inamura, Briggs. So Inamura charging over, going after Hank. Tank on the outside with Inamura. We got Hank in the ring. Let's get rid of this. Let's end this poll. I'm surprised SpongeBob didn't come out to help. Yeah. Do you know, I didn't really get that reference, to be honest with you. I didn't really understand the Patrick thing until I saw it on social media earlier. But apparently there's an episode of SpongeBob where Patrick is... there's an episode of SpongeBob where Patrick is dressed like that? I don't know. They're talking about Cena Rhodes. I love it, man. Down goes Inamura. 1, 2. Wes said he's been out of a nursing home for a couple of weeks, giving him medicine, sugarcoating him. He can baby himself, which is good. Wes, shout out to you, dudes. Hank and Tank versus Briggs. Sonny said, I hope you're doing well, having a good day. Do you have any Funko Pops? Yeah, I've got some Funko Pops. I got just a lot of WWE ones, to be honest. Charging over through the ropes goes Inamura. I don't know I can rival your collection, though, to be honest. Oh, to the outside go Hank and Tank. Hank and Tank to the outsides. I need to get these scores down. So this was Sol Ruca versus Chelsea. Back in the ring goes Hank and Tank. One thing I will say about Hank and Tank is they do work with a real energy. Shot coming in there by Tang. And God, they've been together quite a long time now as well, you know. Oh, wow, that first match actually getting a great rating. Slam down. Inamura is feeling it. Inamura is joining us from Noah, I believe. Charging over. Nice shot coming in there. Briggs, Inamura working well together. Ignore that. Okay, we've got Tank in the corner. Briggs is in there. Hank goes, whoa, what is he doing? Hank just got, like, caught a little bit there. He went over to the corner and Tank was sort of, like, thrown into him momentarily. That was a bit of a botch. That was a bit of a botch. Tag being made. Tag made. Shot coming in. Josh Briggs in the corner. Boom! Collides in. Over the other sides. Hank in the corner, charging over. Back. Oh, gets caught. Bulldog. Gets it. Gets it. Jumps out the ring. Runs on the outside. Inamura goes into that commentary table. I'm surprised that they've not changed that commentary table, you know, to one that's on the main roster. Because this is where they train and practice. So you would imagine that they would want to have the exact same setup as the main roster. Hank in one corner, Tank in the other corner, charging over, colliding into Briggs, against the ropes, planting him down. To the outsides. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. So we've got Tank getting out of the ring. Hank getting back in. They're giving this quite a bit of time, actually. Oh. Oh, Inamura bouncing on that top rope. Oh, lovely. Big splash. 1, 2. Inamura getting the pin. Wow. Wow. I do like that where he's bouncing on that top rope. Bouncing up and down on it and then launches himself. Like, that's really fun. Yeah, Hank and Tank stands are going to be very disappointed. Hank and Tank stands going to be gutted here. Look at that. Oh, my God. Well, shout out to you, my friends. Really appreciate the kind words. Will get that read out, buds. Oh, there's the family backstage.
Will Powards. Wrestling Daze is the best. My favorite YouTube content for wrestling. 100%.
Well, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate the kind words. There's lots of really good wrestling content creators out there, and the fact that you have got me in that mix is very much appreciated. But so thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the support as well. Really appreciate it. So Will Powers.
Jobson. Daze, I heard cross Alex Hammerstone on the Chris Bay tribute show. Who do you think wins?
Yes. Who do you think wins? I would imagine that it would be Cross that would get the victory. I'd be surprised if, I mean, they've got to be very grateful that Cross is even being allowed. Because, I mean, don't forget, not long ago, WWE talent weren't really doing anything other than Bloodsport. So, you know, the fact that he's been allowed to go and work this indie show, I mean, it would be quite surprising to see him being allowed to do that and then for him to lose to Hammerstone. I can't imagine that would happen, but so yeah, I've got to think that it will be Carrion that will pick up the victory. Do do. Okay, commercial break. How long we got? 15 minutes, Lisa. God, that's gone quick. That's gone really quick. Okay. I'd like to see Inamura as the singles guy, said A. Jobson. Daisy, you ready for Evolve episode 3? Yeah. I mean, it should be really fun, actually. I'm really looking forward to that. Do we see any of these returns? No. Keith Lee's an interesting one, though. Keith Lee's an interesting one. I actually don't know what he's doing in AEW these days. And obviously he's Meechin's partner, so I don't know. Keith Lee's an interesting one.
Brawny FN. Hank and Tank just lost, and they expect us to just move on this quickly? The greatest tag team of all time is on your brand, and this is how you book them. Tony Khan.
Brony, shout out to you. That's interesting. Some people are thinking it could be a boy. Some people are thinking it could be a girl. People are actually debating as to what it is now. We could do a poll on that. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be an AJ Styles, or do you think it's going to be an AJ Lee? I do have 2 images set up. An AJ Lee or an AJ Styles. What do we think? Let's end this poll and we'll see what people think. What will the... I think we can get away with doing this, actually, because I don't think there'll be a match. Like, we might start a match, but I'll write them alphabetically. People are looking for any little clue, so I've written it alphabetically. It's pretty fun, isn't it? We're doing a poll on what the gender of a child is going to be. Jobson's thinking a boy, but Jay is thinking a girl. Brian said, I think the baby will be Wrestling Daze. Is it going to be a Styles or is it going to be a Lee? Okay, here's Eddy Thorpe. Here's Ridge Hollands. Asking now, how do you feel, Daze? Don't Cena us, said Johnny. What if it's neither? What if Lisa got in touch and said, we still actually don't know? Saint is a sports entertainer just like Trick Williams. Okay, here's the family making their way down. They keep Eddy Thorpe, but they get rid of Dijak. It's mind-boggling to me, says Mikey. Daisy's going to announce the baby as a boomer to trick us all. It's honestly, the poll is brilliant. We've had 99 votes. And at the moment, people are 52% a boy, which is represented through AJ Styles, and 48% a girl, which is represented through this see-through green AJ. Because I am very well prepared. Okay, this is the Culling entrance. So they're standing in the entranceway. The Culling. I didn't mention it earlier, but I did ask what you all thought it was, Sedley. Well, we got a poll going, buds. 53. It's just a reminder. It's not who. Well, thankfully, I didn't put AJ Lee, AJ Styles. Otherwise, there might be some people just voting on who they prefer. Okay, we've got Izzy in there charging over. It's a 6-person tag match, and we're starting off with the girls. And then we'll be moving on to the boys. And that'll be the reveal, the gender reveal in 10 minutes' time. Shots coming in there by Stacks. I want to make sure I've got confetti. Does it work? Okay, I'm glad I tested that because it looks like it's coming out of my face. Okay, so Stacks is in there now. Mention of GI Bro. Can you focus? Okay, in comes the Riz. I feel like that could be better. Feels like a token gesture, doesn't it, really? That can be better. Okay, going over, trying to make the tag. There's Stacks. Stacks is coming in. Stacks is in there with Vance. I still don't know. I can never remember his name. Some at Vance. Stacks. Oh, springboarding off, colliding into him. Okay, we've got the Culling on the outsides. Oof. Here's, lovely work there by Vance. He's got Luca. Stacks over the top. He lands on top of Vance. NXT, NXT, NXT. Oh, the Riz. Riz going through the ropes. Which family is going to be standing tall? NXT, NXT, NXT. Commercial break. How long we got? 7 minutes. 7 minutes. I ain't doing it now. 7 minutes. Is this better? Well, that's not better. It's better confetti, isn't it? That it stays on screen longer, though. But I don't like that black screen at the start. Face first into the corner. Have I got time to edit out that black screen? So I think we're sticking with the action at the moment. Where are we with... I can't even see the poll right now. It's very close. There was only like 3% in it. Going for the cover. 2. Is it going to be an AJ Styles or an AJ Lee? Slap coming in there by Izzy. Kick coming in. Riz goes down. Nice shot there by the Riz. Izzy, though, has got Riz going over into the corner. Let's go, Rizzo. Let's go. Let's go, Rizzo. Let's go. Love that. Love that for her. Let's go, Rizzo. Let's go. Yeah, the underground match still coming up as well. Underground match on the way. I tell you what, they're still making some great noise. Against the ropes. Oh! Lovely work there by the Riz. Vic Joseph said he could have made a tag there, but didn't. Okay, poll at the moment. Oh, currently 149 votes. Very, very close. Very close. But 53% of people think it's a boy. 47% think it's a girl. What are the odds, actually, of it being a boy and a girl? Have we got, like, as a society? Oh, globally, there are slightly... Did you know this? This is interesting. Globally, there are slightly more men than women, with a ratio of 102 men for every 100 women. Oh my God, women, you're so special. There's 102 men for every 100 women, but this varies by country and age gap. Isn't that funny how it's all random, but it's still so close? 102 men, 100 women. UN project that global sex ratio will move towards parity between males and females in the decades after 2050. That's interesting. I've never thought to look at that. Here, so 50.4% of people are male, 49.6% are female. And that actually is very well reflected in our poll. 54% have gone with it being a boy, and 46% have gone with it being a girl. But it is roughly 50-50, to be honest with you. It is roughly 50-50. But interesting, that. Interesting. How long we got? 3 minutes! Oh my God, I feel sick with excitement. Kick out there by Stacks. We are back from the commercial break. People still voting away. Daze, we need to get the perfect 10 Ty Dillinger back, says Hannah. We need to get the perfect 10 Ty Dillinger. I don't know, to be honest. He's kind of stepped... I liked Ty Dillinger, but there wasn't really much behind the 10 thing. Now they've given him a family, and he's a trainer now, so him being in charge of a group of, like, up-and-coming talent, like this Vance guy, and Brooks Jensen, who was a bit lost, and Izzy Dame, like, that makes sense. I don't know that him abandoning that and getting back to Ty Dillinger would kind of work in 2025, to be honest. Here we go. We've got him grabbing a hold of the leg. How many votes? We had 165. It's actually... It's got a touch wider. It's 55% boy, 45% a girl. No one knows, though. Well, Lisa knows. Boom. We've got the Riz jumping on top of Izzy Tag being made. Oh, lovely work here by Ruca. And again, another big shot there. Charging over, colliding into... Oh, lovely uppercut. Lovely clothesline. Charging over, looking for the cover. Over against the ropes. Double shoulder tackle. Yeah, we are literally at the time for the reveal. But we are at the end of this match now, so we're just going to wait a little bit longer just for the match to end. Because I thought the match would end at like bang on the hour. It hasn't. Shoulder tackle there, going for the cover. 1, 2. Look at this. Don't these people know they're holding up a gender reveal? The Riz has come in. She's all over Izzy. They go to the outsides. Lovely suplex there by Ruca. Lovely teamwork. Yeah, no, I think we're getting to the end now. I think we're getting to the end of this thing. This is wild, said Davids. Oh, that group's attacked. The group have attacked Tony. Oh my God! Powerbomb through a table. Well, that's them distracted. Big boot coming in. What if Stax is the leader of that group? Oh, no. Oh, okay, this is going to be the beginning of the end. Here we go. Vance going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And they do win. Ruca has been pinned. Ruca has been pinned. That new group is very interesting, said Dro. PJ said that was a great match. Well, listen, after everything we've been talking about, all the bits and little bobs that we've been talking about, this is where the community are in regards to the... And again, they don't know, right? But this is just the gut feeling that's out there, right? We'll just wait for a couple more votes. Just a couple more. Wes said, get ready, Kelly. The river you just went down, it's going to be the wettest experience. New group are very interesting. Tony just got murked. Daze, you are great. I'm so thankful for everything you have done. I'm playing 2K25. Oh, hang on. Stephanie backstage. We are going to get to this gender reveal. You and Jada next week for your NXT title. Is it just for the one belt? Yeah, Fallon wants a rematch. Give her the rematch. Yeah. Good point. You want to be double champion? Okay, so she's going to have to face Jada, and then afterwards she's going to have to face Fallon Henley. She's going to defend the NXT Championship against Jada. Oh, it's gonna be 2 belts on the line next week. To be honest, we was only saying that earlier. If she wants to be double champ, she's going to find herself in this kind of situation. I thought they would save it though for. I thought they would save it for like a PLE. Didn't think they'd just do it next week. Stephanie going to have 2 matches next week. Okay, Carmen making her way down, and surely we're about to go to commercial break here. Corey Graves could be the group's leader, says Lisa. We're not at commercial break yet, are we? We're going to it, surely, because, you know, they normally do when we're about to get the start of a match. Is that the break? Oh, here we go. We're at the break. Here we go. Oh, my God. I'm all tangled. No, I seriously am tangled. Let me untangle there. I'm untangled. Here we go. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this, guys. Get the hearts. Get the celebrations in the chat. I want to see everybody congratulating. Lisa, what's the name of your daughter? Or do we not reveal that? Because it's your daughter that's waiting for this. So, what? Who are people congratulating? Do we just congratulate Lisa? Is it just you that's going to get the congratulations? Let's go over to the poll. We'll end the poll. I can't leave it any later. I was kind of hoping the poll would be a bit more 50-50, but it's come out. It doesn't matter. It's come out with boy 55%, girl 44%. And we're going to do the whole, is it AJ Lee, which represents a girl, or is it AJ Styles, who represents a boy? It's going to be one of these two. It could be this one, or it could be this one, right? It could be this image, which I've got queued up here, this one, right? Or it could be this one here that I've got queued up as well. So it could be either of those. Where is... Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at the big pop. Congratulations. I mean, this is lovely and everything, but we haven't said yet as to if it is a boy or a girl. I want to see if Lisa has actually written in about who I'm... Carrie! 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 Carrie, I would like to apologise for the delay of this. I hope in some way it has kind of added to the excitement of this moment. And Carrie, I would also like to draw your attention here where people are actually congratulating your mom because we didn't realise her name or your name. So, guys, it's Carrie, yeah? I'm going to add a congratulations, Carrie, so at least that'll be on screen. I am getting to it, Carrie. I am getting to it. So let's do... I'm just writing congratulations, Carrie. Yeah. Lisa, you deserve it. Congratulations, Carrie. So that would be nice out. There we go. Now we've got some coming in. There we go. Since when was this a thing on a wrestling stream? Yeah, we're doing this every week now. This is going to be a weekly thing. I'm just going to go around and see if I can find people that are expecting children so that we can do this, because this is like a goated moment in the history of the channel. So again, reminder, there's only two options that it can be. It's either going to be a girl, and that is represented with this wonderful see-through AJ Lee, yeah? And I don't think we would want it any other way. So there's AJ, right? Do you know, this figure came with no accessories apart from the necklace. And that was literally the accessory there. No jacket, no belts. It was literally just that bit there. And then this AJ Styles, which I can't remember if he came with a belt. It's not really relevant. It's not really why we're... The ad break has ended. I'm a little bit torn as to whether we should wait for the next ad break now, to be honest, or if we should just do it. That's hard to know, isn't it? That's hard to know. When would the next ad break be? Do you know, it's probably not going to be that far away, is it? We'll wait for the next one. Guys, you can stop all the congratulations and everything. We're going to wait for the next ad break now. We're going to wait for the next one. I got myself all worked up, and as a result, I ended up missing that whole ad break. So we can't miss Fatal Influence making their way out. Fatal Influence coming down to the ring. Yeah, guys, pack this away. Pack this away. We'll come back to it. Carrie, sorry about that. We will be getting to it, but it is just going to take a moment. I didn't realise that No one ever told me that I waffled that much, you know. No one's ever told me that I can talk, can't I? Jesus. Oh, the best bit. The best bit. Come here. Come here. Go away. Go away. So here we've got Fatal Influence. They've made their way down to the ring. Yeah. A few people booing. No, guys, I know that Fatal Influence are heels, but There's no need to, like, be booing in the chat for them. So, if you are just joining us, the very next commercial break, we're getting to it. I think we've explained everything. I think it was really important that people knew that there was only two sexes that we were going to be, like, deciding between. So, we've really explained that now. And so I think everyone's ready. I think everyone is ready to go. Very, very exciting. So here we go. Talking of exciting, though, we've got this girls match. There's no boys in sight. And we've got a battle between Carmen and JC Jane. Let's see if people have changed their mind at all on what is the gender going to be. Do you think it's going to be a boy? Or do you think it's going to be a girl? We've already done one of these polls. Came out 55% boy, 45% girl. But obviously people have had a chance to rethink their position. And we'll see if how people are feeling about it right now. But next commercial break. Honestly, Lisa, Carrie, you got my words. Next commercial break. Because, to be honest, that's not cool, is it, really? To be on the verge of making that big of an announcement, only then for it to fall apart. I just wish I was more professional. So, JC being kept down. Daze, are you being, like, ultra heel? I don't know. I found myself, like, running out of time. I really feel like you guys would want me to really dial into such a contest as JC Jane against Carmen Petrovic, you know? I mean, there's a lot at stake in this match. There's no way we can ignore this. This is about as big as that John Cena promo from Raw, so we really do need to pay attention to this. I'm sure Lisa understands. I'm sure Carrie understands as well. They wouldn't want to miss this match. So we've got Ashanti on the outside. We've got JC in the ring. Crowd a little bit quiet, actually, which is quite a surprise for such a big match. JC grabbing Carmen. Carmen going hard into the corner. Oh, okay. People have reconsidered their position. So now we're looking at a poll that's 61% girl, 39% boy. So we're actually now looking at 60-40. So people have reconsidered where they are. And that's 100 votes now. So we did one poll that came out as a boy. And now we're doing another poll. And that's coming out as a girl. Oh, I'm here for this. I am so here for this. Shot coming in by JC. Shot coming back there by Carmen. Another kick coming into the midsection there by JC. Over against the rope. Stuck underneath. Carmen going over the other side. Clothesline. 60-40 is where we are. 60-40. Gashan said hashtag Daze sucks. Tyler said we need to do one more poll. What, like the decider? It looks like it's going to be 1-1. Yeah, and to be honest, the girl is getting a higher percentage than the boy did. But then we did hear that there's more boys in the world than girls. So Ashanti trying to get this girl to cheat. The boy was trying to get the girl to cheat there for a moment. Over the top, in the middle of the ring. It's a long time to this ad break, isn't it? They're really making us wait. 1, 2, JC gets the win. We got to end this poll. So that means that we've got one poll where you lot thought it was a boy, one poll where you lot thought it was a girl. We do have to get the match score in, though, because JC Jane has picked up the victory. Boom. Well, the new faction, we have a stand and deliver match. Well, I've got to think I gotta think that they're going to make progress with them soon, yes. We gotta hear from them. We can't just keep having them doing attacks. Here's Hank and Tank backstage. They're boys. We came up short. I don't know what to do anymore. Maybe we need more advice. Okay, here's Wes, Tyson, Tyreek. We need a poll for Family versus Cullings. Oh, did we miss that one, did we? Well, this one is definitely for the match that we just saw. We'll get back to Family against Cullings, you're right. Oh, here's Ricky Saints. Here's a boy. In fact, we've seen quite a lot of girls. I don't know if we're going to get any more girls. Ricky Saints making his way down to the ring. I like Ricky's theme. I like Ricky's theme as well, yeah. Sounds big. It'd be good if the crowd had like a chance that they could get their teeth into. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ricky said, I'm getting the vibe that we're going to commercial break. I'm getting the vibe. I just hope that I don't talk too much again. Imagine if I did that. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Okay, we just need to see if this is a commercial break first, because we have actually gone to like a vignette, and I don't know if that is part of the commercial break. So we'll wait and see. I'm really going to try this time to not like talk too much. I'm going to make a real effort. Okay, what you're voting for with this poll. Okay, it is commercial break. Right, we need to get straight to it this time. Do it, Daze, said Sonny. Come on, Daze, said Dr. Lucha Lala. It's now. Is Daze stalling? No, I'm not stalling. Right, just a real quick reminder. I feel like we need to get the poll out the way, though, quickly. Get a couple more votes in. We're going to do it this commercial break. We've literally got 3 minutes to play with. That's plenty of time. If we can't do the announcement within this next 3 minutes, we're useless. Because that is so much time to play around with, right? So get your votes in, yeah? Get the congratulations going again. Yeah, let's get that going again. It's Carrie. Carrie, congratulations. Carrie. And I'm even going to put a little firework emoji in there as well. Yeah, the hearts are coming in. Here we go. Here we go. Lots of love being shown. Love, yeah, Lisa. Gonna put that in there as well. We've got 2 minutes. We're absolutely fine. Let's end the poll, though, because that's gonna really ruin the aesthetic. So this is for that last match, which was JC versus Carmen. JC versus Carmen. They were 2 girls, right? Now we got the boys coming up. So for those that don't know how this is going to work, what Lisa has asked me to do, we got 1 minute 50, we're fine. Where's the poll? What Lisa has asked me to do is she said, if it's a girl, can I please hold up an AJ Styles figure, right? AJ Styles figure, because AJ is one of their favorite wrestlers. So I've got that. I managed to grab that. AJ Styles, okay? But if it's a boy. If it's a girl, I've been asked to hold up an AJ Lee figure because AJ Lee is one of their favorites, right? So yeah, guys, are you team girl or are you team boy? Which one are you? We're fine. We've got 1 minute 15 still to go. 1 minute 15 still to go. We're still absolutely fine. So we've got both of these, right? And it's going to be one of these. But just to back it up, I've also got like these images, right? That I've got lined up as well. And I've got those so that I can just display which one it is when we actually get to the announcements. We got 50 odd seconds. That's still absolutely plenty of time, right? So, Carrie, I hope you are watching. I'm determined to get this done in this commercial break because I feel bad like we were meant to do it yesterday. And then I did say it was meant to be like actually now 20 minutes ago. And so I do feel like I have kind of dragged my heels a little bit. Team boy, team girl, everyone in the chat, big shout out. Let's get the hearts in. Let's get the nice messages. Carrie is the name of the mother. Lisa, we got literally 13 seconds, so we are getting pushed for time a little bit. So get the lovely messages in there. Sick Horror Kingman said it's getting dragged a little bit. Well, is it a boy or is it a girl? I can reveal that we are going back to NXT, but it is gonna be one of these. We've still got a moment where we can take a chance to reveal that it is gonna be it's a girl. Congratulations, it's a girl. Woo! Congratulations, Carrie. Congratulations, Lisa. It is a girl. I can confirm it is a girl. Many, many, many congratulations. I promise you I'm not lying. I promise you I'm not lying. I didn't want to make you wait for another commercial break. But well done. Many, many congratulations. People are putting in their hearts. The confetti is still raining down as well. It is a girl. It's a girl. Let's put in some hearts. Guys, I'm crying. I'm in tears. I wish I had a better AJ figure. There's more going off. I didn't even know they were there. I didn't even know they were there. More confetti is raining down. It's a mass celebration. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at the scenes. Look at the absolute scenes. More confetti. I know, yeah. More confetti. I just turned it off, actually. I couldn't get rid of that black screen at the start, but it's okay. I can skip through. Look, we can still have it. Look at this. Oh, my God. It's such a celebration. I feel like I need to change the background. What have we got that's like girl-ish? Oh, Jesus Christ, it's going off again! It's going off again! It just randomly appears. I'm definitely here for this, though. I'm definitely here for this. Look, my stream's absolutely covered. And, yeah. Put in the lovely messages. You cowards. Put in the lovely messages for Lisa and Carrie. Put in those lovely thoughts, those lovely messages. Have we got any girl parents in the chat? Can we tell Carrie what she's in for? A wonderful experience, no doubt. I am just trying to find any flipping picture that will work in the back. Oh my God, guys, sorry about that. I literally just exploded. There we go. Look, pink, sexist. I'm here for that. So, there we go. There we go. That is my new background now. That is my new background. Oh my, I feel so cute. Yeah. Oh my God, look at us. Well done, everyone. Yay! It's still going. This is like the longest clip I've ever played in my life. Mass celebration. I'm a girl uncle. I've only got nieces, says Mikey. My daughter and I give hugs and thanks to Daze and this community family, says Lisa. Lisa, shout out to you. Thank you so much, Dave. Lisa, no, my pleasure. Apologies about yesterday, but I'm pleased that we were able to kind of hype it up a little bit, build it up, and give it the moment that it deserved. Oh my God, look at this! Ah! It's flipping raining confetti now, isn't it? Yeah, this is mass celebration. I feel like this video is forcing the celebration to keep continuing. Dudes, look at this. I've been invaded. God, when we do a gender reveal, we go big, don't we? Look at this. Still going. Is that the... I have no idea if that's the end of the video. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't want to find out. I don't want to know. If we're going to get more, I just want more. It could be the end. We might have rinsed the video. But there we go. Send help, said Aubrey. I think we're getting smothered in confetti. Ashman said, enjoy every moment with the little one. That's the only advice I can give, said Ashma. Congratulations, Carrie. Congratulations, Lisa. Can I just say we're going to commercial break? So it would have been now had we have delayed it. And it did cross my mind to delay it, but even I was like, no, I think once is enough. Have we reached... I think we might have reached the end of that video, have we? Have we? I think so. Wow, it goes for 3 minutes 35. We had 3 minutes 35 of confetti. 3 minutes 35 of confetti. Congrats, you're having a baby. Daze, I've got a question. What is one on the wrestling bucket list, said Bishop. What do you mean, buds? What do you mean? Is that like a match that we would like to see? Or something that we'd like to do in regards to wrestling? I mean, for example, I'd like to go to WWE World. That's on my bucket list, but a match that I would like to see would probably be... Well, I'd like to see Gunther Elia on the main roster. I'd like to see Sammy winning a world title. So those are a few things I would like to see. 1, 2, Inside Cradle. Daze, my granddaughter's nickname will be Daisy. Ah. Do you know, it's nice actually, because when they're older, you can play them this moment and show like how many people were present for that announcement. That's kind of it's really cool. That's nice. Paul said, congratulations to both. Until she reaches about 6 or 7, you'll have great times. After that, they become the boss of the house. And all I can say is good luck, but congrats again, Paul. That's great. That's great. We need to change the voice to a female voice as well in honor of the female that's arriving. Abby. I've got Abby. Lisa, shout out to you. Here's Lisa.
Lisa Brown. This is the biggest gender reveal ever, y'all.
It's really quiet for me. I can't actually hear it. I changed the voice to a girl voice. Okay, Ricky Starks is... Ricky Starks, I'm still going to call him that from time to time. He's struggling a little bit. So Ricky Saints against Ridge Holland. We do need to do a poll for that match that was forgotten. You are correct. Match score for Culling versus Family. That was just before we were doing the first gender reveal break. There we go. Wrestler said, my daughters are 4 and 2, and they already run the house. Okay, are we coming back from commercial break now? I think we are. How long's left in the show? We got half an hour left in the show. Half an hour left in the show.
A Jobson. Daze, why did the soccer player take so long to eat dinner? Because he thought he couldn't use his hands.
Ah, very good. Going over, roll up there by Ricky, but kick out there by Ridge.
Daze now will be a professional baby revealer.
This is what I do now. I do gender parties. Gender reveal parties. Okay. Shot coming in then. We need to dial into this match a little bit. Ricky Saints in action on NXT. Right now, Ridge is hurling Ricky into the ropes. He's bouncing off and then boom, forearm to the back. Nice back elbow there by Ricky. The Culling pot, it's up now, Jay. Thank you, buds. It is up now. Nice kick out there by Ricky. All children are bosses in their own rights until they get older, said Ashma. Mikey, shout out to you. Sick Horror Kingman, shout out to you. James said, I still don't get why they fired Dijak to keep Ridge. Oh, I love Dijak. I thought he was excellent. Okay, Ricky Saints being kept grounded at the moment. I can't even remember that match now, says Matador. Holton, shout out to you. Why does Green Shirt Guy get front row, but he's never on NXT? What if Green Shirt Guy was on every NXT front row? Well, I think he only does like the PLEs, to be honest with you. You don't really see him on Raws and SmackDowns unless they're the like SmackDown Go Home or the Raw after a PLE. He's only really a PLE guy. I can't remember if we've seen him in the front row NXT PLEs, actually. I wouldn't have much doubt if he wanted to get tickets, he could get tickets. There is that theory, isn't there, which we didn't really make too much progress with, that was in Unseen, which was that he was the guy that CM Punk punched. The only thing that I've seen people say about it is that they found the name of the guy that was punched, and the nickname of Green Shirt Guy is Simon, and the two names don't match. The only thing I'd say is that he might not want his real name out there. Like, if someone was to say, like, meet him and go, what's your name? I wouldn't be shocked if he gave a name of Simon and it's not his name, you know? So, I don't know. It was an interesting theory. It was not a theory that I'd heard before. I do remember, like, the Punk doing that moment. It's kind of a moment that doesn't really get spoken about much, where he punches the fan in the crowd on an episode of Raw. And the theory was that it was around that time that Green Shirt Guy started to appear in the front rows. So from a timeline point of view, it feels roughly about the right time. The guy looks a lot like him as well. But I mean, there's nothing to go off. It's just a fan theory. So I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if it was that, or if it was that he had a contact. I still think he has to pay for them, though, surely. I still think he must have money. I've got to think that he's still, you know, a wealthy man. I don't know how he's made his money. I mean, I don't think they've given him free tickets for life, and it be specifically that seat, you know? But maybe it is a case that he gets like first refusal, first access, or perhaps like he has secured that seat for 10 years, you know, and he could pay for it. And then I don't know. It's a big mystery. There's really not a great deal known about him, apart from that he uses the name Simon. Ricky Saints picking up the win. Let's get the poll done for that one. So, Culling against Family. We've got the poll done for that, and the score is 60% goods, 28% great, 6% all-time, 3% bads. Let's do a poll for Ricky versus Ridge. Unsurprisingly, it is a win for Ricky. Let's get the score up for that one. Match score. I do like the music. I agree with people. I think it's good. It's really good. It sounds really big, really grand. Feels like a big superstar is here. Okay, what's this? Me. Oh, Stone Cold is going to be at WWE Worlds. Big Time said, this episode feels like a huge week-to-week drop from the best NXT of all time. I think it was always going to be. Should the drop be as big as this? I don't know. Maybe they could have done a bit of a better job to have not made it this big of a drop, but it was always going to see a decline, wasn't it? Coming up next, though, our main event, Trick Williams against Eddy Thorpe. Daze, why hasn't Ava done anything about this group? It's a good question. I don't know. You'd think that she would want to be all over it, wouldn't you? You'd think that she would want to, you know, she would show her frustration. But it's like they attack and then nothing happens and no one really says anything. They're just sort of like a group that's an inconvenience. Do you know what I mean? Right, we should surely be going backstage to Ava, who's desperately trying to keep them out and desperately got security guards. And do you know what I mean? They should have a bigger presence rather than they just manage to get in and attack and go away. I mean, they've done it show after show after show. They're not going away. So someone's got to step up to keep them out. So why is Ava not? I don't know. Hannah said, will you be clearing the confetti after? I'm going to have to, mate. It's absolutely everywhere. Honestly, it's a challenge to even move my chair. Like, it's all clogged in the wheels and everything. It's a right mess. MP Park said John Cena sucks. The pacing of the show hasn't been the best, said Ninja. Lisa said, I think they need to do better with Saint's effects on the screen. I agree. Better him when he comes out. It'd be good, actually, if he did the hand thing and everything, you know? On the, like, you know, those on the screen. Like, if they had, like, those silhouettes, like, doing the hand thing when he did, and I think they could definitely do better there. They got the music, though, so that's good. Big Time said, this episode feels like a huge drop. Carmen, shout out to you. Let's see what Carmen's saying. There better be a mention of ARW Pro in here. We need our weekly ARW Pro mention.
The Carmen live too. Days on this day, March 18th back in 2019, I saw Monday Night Raw at Allstate Arena Rosemont, Illinois. I was in the crowd as a wrestling fan in one of the arena sections behind the cameras that day.
Carmen, shout out to you, buds. So you was at Raw at the Allstate Arena in Chicago back on March 18th, 2019. Very cool. No mention of ARW Pro. How strange. Right, let's go and see what Wrestle Rants is saying.
Wrestle Rants 327. This need to be the last between Trick and Eddy, seriously. I don't want to see Eddy on top of Trick losing repeatedly to him. Is pathetic.
This needs to be the last of Trick and... yeah, I would think so. I mean, I think they use the Undergrounds as a bit of a blow-off, but it's not always that way. I'm trying to think with the Lola-Jada feuds. They did an Underground, but I think the street fight came after. I agree. This should be the end of it. I agree.
Christopher Height, Bling Nudget. Sorry, Daze, I was making dinner trying multiple tasks. What did I miss past 20 minutes? Congratulations to person had child. Baby girl, that's amazing.
Baby girl. Baby girl, that's amazing. Lisa, shout out to you. See what Lisa's saying.
Daze, is there a way to put the very first reveal into your HR off or something? Because there can only be one first gender reveal.
I think that's a really interesting point. I mean, there isn't at the moment because we only put people in, but maybe we could start putting moments in. I don't know. That's one to think on. At the moment, it doesn't really fit. It doesn't really work because we only put people in, you know? And I don't put them in. I don't get to put them in. It's the community that votes. But could we open it out to moments going forward? Maybe we'll discuss that on the member stream this week. I think that's a really interesting suggestion, Lisa. And because you've just mentioned it, I've got to think that stands a good chance of being nominated. Don't know. I wouldn't want to be putting stuff in. I think it's one for the members to vote. But that's definitely a thinker. Yes, I'm very interested in that. Mitchell, if I knew I had to have a baby to get in the Hall of Fame, I would have already had one. No, I think it's the moments. But you're in anyway. You're in anyway. Hope you're well, Mitchell. Okay, they're talking about that roast thing. That's kind of had a split opinion.
Christopher Height, Bling Nudget. Daze, why did A release Ricky Starks in first place? He got huge pop when he came into NXT. You think he is next wrestler we will be successful building?
I can't hear this voice at all, you know. Why did they release? I don't think they wanted to. I think he just had enough. It's one of those where, here's that group. We're going to hear from them, actually. Yeah. For they're going back in. Is that their name? Wild Dogs? Booker says they're dangerous. So is that their name? Wild Dogs? I couldn't quite catch what he said. I think he said, did he call them Wild Dogs? They ain't it, said Johnny. Dude, if their name is Wild Dogs, I'm out. Wild Dogs running wilds. Lame, said Robert. I like Ali, said Sick Horror Kingman. Yeah, just going back to that point from Christopher, I don't think they wanted to lose him. He just wanted out. He is the next wrestler that'll be a success. I don't know if he'll be the next one, but I've got no doubt he'll be a success. He's got great music. He's got great momentum. I like the guy with the do-rag, big time. He's sick, said Alex. Let's see what Edward has got to say.
Edward Brown LFC won the baddest on the planet. Days. So I am playing 2K25, and I was doing match Cody v Rock, and Rock got announced as the WWE champion, but Cody is the champ on the game, and Rock only has his People's Championship title. Strange.
Don't know, but glitch, bug. Here's Ricky. Okay, so this Culling stepping up to Ricky Saints. Your charisma and star power are some of the best in the world. I always measure up in the right places. Let's go, Ricky. Oh, people love that line. People love that line. People love that. I always measure up in the right places. Damn, said Nightmare. Damn. Okay, here's Eddy Thorpe then. Guys, this is going to be brutal, horrific, probably lots of blood, violence matchup. Do you like my background? Guys, it's an NXT Underground match. Feeling cute. Feeling cute this evening, guys. Here's Eddy Thorpe on the outsides. We haven't got there yet, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Daze, who do we think is the best option in the Fatal 4-Way to win tomorrow to face Kenny Omega at Dynasty? I think Arn Anderson is the best option with his Glock. I would like to see Arn with his Glock in his hand picking up the victory. Edward, shout out to you. A.B. Jobson. Dun, dun, dun.
A.B. Jobson. Next week, it's Lyra versus Raquel for the title. Could that be good situation being in Scotland for Becky to return?
Why Becky? She's not Scottish. She's Irish. Don't know. I mean, like, there might be some Irish people around. Maybe, I suppose. Could fly over. But I don't really get that as, like, a special, like, oh, yeah, that's definitely where she's going to come back. There might be some Irish people there, though. There was Irish people in the White House, wasn't there? They get everywhere. Is Ireland on the tour, says Mayor Pete. That might be a house show, though, might it? I don't think Ireland have got, like, a SmackDown or a Raw. If they did, then I think we're talking. Then I think we're having a serious conversation. Yeah. Let's have a look at shows. Or tickets. Road to WrestleMania. They're in Northern Ireland on Saturday, but it's a house show. Nottingham on Sunday, a house show. Glasgow, Monday, Raw. London, Friday. London, maybe. You might get some Irish people coming over for that. And Scotland, you might get some Irish people coming over for that. But I don't know. I don't know that these are like... We need to do it, you know? This is not like Punk in Chicago. So, yeah, Belfast, but that's Northern Ireland. She's Irish. She's not from Northern Ireland. Yeah. I mean, I suppose her parents can easily get to Scotland and easily get to London. So you do have that. So I don't hate it. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like strong enough. She's got to come back at some point, isn't she? Let's see what Ninja's saying.
Ninjax. I would say it's been a worse in NXT compared to the recent episodes we had in weeks, but let's see if this main event cooks.
Eddy Thorpe's in the ring. Big time.
Big time Baxter. Daze, I feel like the new faction has fizzled out already. 5 weeks since their debut, and no follow-up outside of never-ending beatdown. Certainly not how you get them off the ground and make fans care.
Yeah, I think there has been problems with this group in the sense of, much like the Wyatt Six, like it really matters how people react to them. It matters as much as what you tell the group to do. So you can tell the group, look, I don't want you to act silly. I want you to be looking cool. Let's get your music right. Let's get your costumes right. All of that stuff, like, it's really important. But just as important is how everyone else reacts. And like with the Wyatt Six, one of my early frustrations was that they was massacring people backstage when they first arrived. And then on Raw Talk afterwards, you'd have Kathy Kelly talking to Jay like nothing had happened. It's like, dudes, everyone's got to be on the same page with this. Everyone's got to be like, this is game changing. We don't know what this group are after. Everyone should be scared. Multiple of your colleagues have been took to hospital. And you're just backstage having a chit chat with Jey Uso like nothing's happened. That was a nothing little frustration I had following the Wyatt Six massacre. But it is those details that add up. And I thought the point earlier about why Xavier not doing it, I thought it was a good point. Because no one seems bothered that this group keep coming in and attacking people. I mean, Javon Evans got attacked, was it last week? We saw him earlier on the show. He didn't even make mention of it. He's not knocking on the door demanding Ava sort this out. He was just not bothered. He'd just moved on already. He was talking to Trick Williams. If no one's going to act bothered, then no one's bothered. So if no one's bothered, why should I be bothered? So I think like their presentation has been okay. I don't really understand why they're tired of waiting and that they get spotlights put on them. Someone in production wants to show them in the crowd at Madison Square Garden, like put spotlights on them in the crowd, but apparently they're anti-NXT. Like, the math don't math, does it? I really want them to work because I kind of like the idea, but I think if you do something like this, there's so much that you've got to get right. It's more than just them. It's how people react to them. And I don't know, time and time again, WWE shows that is a story that's just a bit too big for them. You know, Wyatt Six, it was too big for them. Or it has been too big for them so far. Retribution, the story was too big for them. They couldn't get everyone onto the same page with it. This new group, the story's too big for them. They haven't been able to get everyone on the same page with it. And it's just time and time and time and time again, we keep trying this same sort of thing, and time and time and time and time again, it's proving that, they can't get the details right on it. It is very frustrating. But I've not given up on the group because, once they're actually in and, lovely shot there by Trick. Knocking Eddy Thorpe to the outside. I like the chain link fence effect all around on the screens. That looks really good. Like, it's got a chain link fence all on the screens in the background. So yeah, frustrations definitely with this group. I'm not done with them though, just like I'm not done with Wyatt Six. But I do have the ability to say, yeah, it could have been better on both. Nice knee shot there by Eddy, and Trick goes to the outsides. Lights down low for this. The screens on the wall showing that chain link fence. We've got people, of course, around the ring, which is what you do when it comes to picking him up, slamming Trick onto the table. The table breaks. The table breaks. And there we go. Table collapses, goes down. Boom. Just needs like a good hit, doesn't it? These tables. NXT. NXT. Okay, back in the ring goes Eddy. Trick's in there as well. Eddy is grabbing Trick. Trying to work on the arm. Shot coming in there by Trick. And again. Trick's getting whooped, said Nightmare. WWE has revealed that group's name, says James. Is it Wild Dogs? Oh, no. They called themselves the Dark States. Dark States. When Dark State strike, ain't nobody safe. Dark State, then? How do you feel about that? Dark State. God, they used a lot of different names in that promo, didn't they? Dark State. Is that better than Wild Dogs? Probably is. Dark State. I still don't know how I feel about it. Dark State. Dark State. Dark State. Don't know, man. Don't know how I feel about that. Look at that by Trick. Powering up Eddy. Throwing him to the outside. I remember when BJ Ray appeared in some NXT vignettes. I was the only one who knew who he was. I'd been watching WWE Next Gen, says Mayor Pete. Oh, down goes Eddy, look. Oh, he's on top of him, unloading away. Referee comes in, calls it. Trick Williams wins. We've still got 4 minutes. Trick Williams wins. TKO, referee stepped in and called it. Huh? I wasn't ready for that. A TKO. Wow, that's going to be really well received by the company. Cut the music. Eddy Thorpe. Stand and deliver season. Oba. Bring your punk ass out here. Trick wants Oba. Make sure you've got my title. Here we go then. Oba Femi is making his way out. So Oba, Trick, stand and deliver season. Shirt has come off. These two getting face to face. Trick's my guy. I'm Team Trick. I'm Team Trick. Lights have gone out here as Trick and Oba are face to face. Oh, is it that group again? Dark States. Okay, they did say perhaps they've not learnt yet. So, Dark State coming in. What's this? Javon getting in there, though. Javon saying we need to get on the same page. Trick knocks Javon away. Oba and Trick start brawling. Javon's brawling. Dark State in the crowds. Oh, my God, this thing has really broken down. Look at this. Look at this. Do you know what? Dark State have brought carnage and chaos to NXT. They're not even getting in the ring, though. This is just Trick and Oba trying to get at each other. Oh, they are getting closer. Are they? Right now it's just Oba and Trick going at it, man. I'm Team Trick. I'm riding with Trick. Javon! Javon! Lays out Oba! Steps up to Trick. Look at Javon getting in the mix, man. Yeah, Dark State just getting mentioned on the commentary. Yeah, Dark State aren't getting in the ring. They're just watching and applauding. Mate, so many people just got murked. So Javon and Trick look like they're about to throw down. Oba's been laid out.
And Dark States just watching on. Quite a lot of really interesting moving parts here. It does feel like NXT need to unite against this new group. But equally, Trick wants to get his title back from Oba. And there we go. That looks like how we're going to end the show this week. Chaos. Next week, we've got Stephanie against Jada. We've also got Stephanie against Fallon. Yeah, I thought they were getting closer, but they never actually got into the ring. Right now, we've got Javon and Trick face-to-face. That group are still in the stands. NXT chants are ringing out as the credits appear on screen. Does the young OG have your attention now? How does this play out? How do they put all these pieces together? I genuinely don't know how that's going to play. I mean, they've got to unite against Dark State. I think that was the point Javon was in there to make. Was kind of like, we need to go after Dark State here. But, Trick wasn't interested because Trick just wanted to get at Oba. So there's quite a few stories that collided there at the end. Team Dreadheads. Jason, shout out to you. Daze, the young OG is going to be the leader of Dark State, said Ashma. That could be fun. Dr. Luch Lala said, I'm confused. The new group just stands there. It makes no sense. Well, they want to make their presence felt, and I suppose watching NXT burn in front of their eyes was kind of like, we've done our job, really. We want to cause carnage, chaos, confusion. And, you've got Javon trying to get Trick's attention, like, we need to deal with this group. Trick's not interested. He wants to get it over. That then turns into a brawl. Javon gets pushed away. Javon then comes back, lays out Oba. They're kind of standing there watching all of this kind of play out in front of their eyes. I suppose if they were to get involved, that would then unite people to fight against them. And they're not looking for... They're not really looking for that. I suppose what they were looking for, they were getting in front of their eyes. Confusion, chaos. So I suppose they were like, job done. This is the easiest night's work we've ever had. But as we were saying not moments ago, I do agree that this group, it's how the others react to it that's really important. I'm not abandoning the group, though. I'm not like they're lame, they suck, they're rubbish. I don't feel that way because I don't really feel like we've massively even got started with them. And I'm sure there's some great talent there. I'm sure that when we get into a groove, once this group is, say, signed by NXT, and, listen, you can fight anyone you want to fight, you can cause the carnage and everything, but it's got to be done in the right way, and, they'll find a way of getting them under some sort of contract. They can't be, they can't have matches unless they're signed. So I'm sure we could do a little, I'm sure they'll get signed. I'm sure we'll find a way of bringing them in and getting them to work within the system at some point. And then, unless we do a match which is like them versus Team NXT, if Team NXT win, this group go away. But the group might not even follow that or listen to that. They'd have to sign some sort of agreement, wouldn't they? So I don't know. I feel like there's still a long, long way to go before giving up on this group. But I can recognize that it's not been perfect. I can recognize that we would definitely have changed things about the presentation. But I do think there's some serious talent in this group. And I do kind of enjoy hearing from them. And now we've got a name, and I feel like we're taking a few steps forwards. But it is a little bit slow, a little bit repetitive. I don't like the fact that people don't seem bothered by them. Even at the end there, they weren't bothered, were they? Even at the end there, like, Javon was like, whatever. No, Javon was like, we need to deal with them. And Tripp was like, whatever. I just want Oba. And even the people around ringside weren't really that bothered that these guys were in the crowds. So I don't know. There's definitely ways I think we could have presented them a bit better. But it is what it is. And we move forwards. I feel like I've only just started watching WrestleMania from the beginning, and I'm on WrestleMania 15 now, says Davids. Opala Travels has been doing that. I think he got up to about 33, 34. They're not scary, said Hasib. Vic said, I know this isn't it, but imagine if Ava was in charge of the group, and that's why she doesn't seem concerned. Listen, that would be great. That would be great. There was rumor that they were going to look for something bigger for her to do. So, you know, if she has got this new group of young, promising prospects, put them together and said, I want you to mix this. I want you to really, like, you know, cause some chaos and mix it up and keep everyone on their toes. And I see a real opportunity for you to, like, you know, take over. I think that could be quite interesting. There would just need to be a reason as to why. Why did she do that? It's all well and good her saying, like, I want you to, you know, mix it up or whatever. But why? Why does she want that? Why does she want the carnage? Why does she want the chaos? Is it that it's good for ratings? Is it that she feels really disrespected by a lot of the talent? And this is a way of kind of getting back at them? I don't know. I don't know what would be the reason why she would be. That'd be the only thing that I'd be like, I just need that explaining. But no, I don't hate that. That would explain as to why she's not, you know, got it high on her agenda or higher on her agenda. Let's get a few thoughts, shall we? 7.4 for the show, 10 for Daze and the stream. Lisa, shout out to you, buds. I'm pleased that it went well. I'm pleased that we got it done and it was okay. Very good. Many congrats, my friends. And to Carrie.
Sean Rousset. Dion Lennox was tired of getting disrespect and tried to do it the right way. He went away a few weeks and came back with the group. Ninja Xbox, the ending belied multiple storylines in a span of 2 minutes. It was good. We got something other than the same old beatdown.
Yep, good points. I don't disagree with those points. Dion Lennox had enough and has come back with his group. And but people are still wondering, though, if that group has been put together by a higher power. And the ending had lots of different stories combined. I agree. Chaos, carnage. It was fun. It was fun.
James Chadwick. Undertaker is more scared of cucumbers than they should be scared of that group.
Do you know, I saw an interview with The Undertaker where they were talking about if it was right that Brock had ended the streak. And someone in the comments said a cucumber should have ended the streak. And it's a really funny clip seeing Undertaker react to that comment. Because as soon as it gets read out, it's like, he gives his co-host a dirty look. And he's like, why would you even read that out? Why would you even read that out? I am so tired of people saying I am scared of I am not scared of cucumbers. I just don't like cucumbers. And he's like really upset about it. He's really upset about it. And he's like, I bet that was written by a virgin IWC member at home. Oh, the streak should have been ended by a cucumber. Like this. And he just goes off on this person that's fired in that comment. If you get a chance to see that clip, it's well worth watching. Wrestler Andy said she never stopped her cult-like ways from the days when she was in Schism. Hannah said, if only you got this excited for the halftime score song. Do you know what? I don't. I really don't. I don't mind doing halftime scores, but I think the reason why I'm not too bothered by the halftime score song is I never hear it. Whenever I play it, it's a video that plays, so you lot hear it, but it never plays for me. So I don't actually feel like I'm missing anything on the stream. I think that's probably the reason as to why the halftime score song doesn't really do anything for me. So, yeah. It might be dead. That might be it. It might be over. It may never return. Or I might see if I can find that old clip again and bring it back. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, no, I was thinking about that the other day. And I was like, I think the reason why I'm not bothered is because it never plays for me. So there is nothing missing from the stream for me. But there will be for you.
Black cavities. Where does Holland and Thorpe go from here? Could you see them become a tag team?
They could do, I suppose. Yeah, they could do. I mean, I can't say that they will be a tag team, but they could be a tag team. Let's get a couple more thoughts and then we'll run away so we can do Unseen. What time is it?
Nathan Troxel. I wouldn't impose Ava being in the dark state. She is the final boss's daughter.
I wouldn't impose Ava being in the dark state. She is the final boss. Yeah, and he said that, you know, she's the final boss in NXT.
Big time Baxter. Days they had Robert Stone get killed in his office and no follow-up.
Yeah, true. Again, goes back to what we said. Sometimes it's not just about how you present the group, it's how you present everything around the group.
A.B. Jobson. Days, if Jevon is in the main event picture, does that mean Ethan Page is done in NXT?
I don't know that he's done. He wasn't been around here. I mean, that was a pretty brutal match that they had. I don't know if he's just got a few knocks and bumps and whatever. I think he's someone they really like, and I think he definitely goes to the main roster. I would not be shocked if it was... I don't think it needs to be this side of WrestleMania, though. I wouldn't bring him up until after WrestleMania at the earliest, but, you know, Ethan Page is someone that doesn't need to learn how to wrestle. He's been doing it 18 years. So for me, he's come in and it's a way of us getting used to who he is and working out a few, like, you know, kinks, presentation bits and whatever. I mean, I was not crazy about Ethan. I'm still not crazy about Ethan Page. He's not someone that I like, oh my God, Ethan's here. This is amazing. I'm super excited. I really was not a fan of him when he first came in and he was getting pushed to the moon and like winning the championship and all that kind of stuff. I think since he started doing this more brutal, beating up Javon, hurling people into ring steps, snapping wrists and breaking ankles, I found him a lot more captivating. I found him a lot more interesting. And I feel probably as engaged with him right now as I ever have been. So I would say that time has been good and well spent. And if I just look at how I felt about him when he first arrived to how I feel about him now, there's been a definite improvement there. So I personally am not in a rush to take him to the main roster. We could. He doesn't need to learn how to wrestle. It's really just presentation and getting like wrestling fans that don't watch TNA or AEW like used to him and what he's going to bring to the table. So I don't know. This close to WrestleMania, I personally wouldn't, because I've got to think that everything's focused on WrestleMania, and I can't imagine he features in those plans at this stage. So I would bring him up after Mania. Maybe we don't see him on TV now until after Mania. Perhaps that's the plan. And the plan is that, he just pops up. Like, people ask, where is he? What's going on? There's no words. The more he's missing, the more people will be speaking about him. And then, boom, he pops up on the Raw after WrestleMania.
Lisa Brown. What time is the members stream tomorrow?
Member stream, I think it depends where you are. In the UK, it's set, I think, for 9:30. Tomorrow we'll do it's the championship stream tomorrow. Member stream Thursday. So the one tomorrow is going to be for all the championship stuff. And we learnt the lesson last week that we need that little extra half an hour. So I think it starts at 9:30 UK time, which is 5:30 in America, Eastern time. And so we can do an hour and a half of the championship stream. I'd like to get straight into things. I think we're doing a bit better at doing that. And then as soon as that finishes take an hour and a half. So as soon as that finishes, it will finish at 11. And that is when we go straight into the Evolve stream. So Evolve stream starts at 11. That gives us an hour before to do a chat. Then we get to Evolve, which is at midnight. And so the streams are done by about 1. So that's tomorrow. Championship stream into Evolve. And then on Thursday, members stream into Wrestling Escape Pods. Then on Friday, SmackDown, 2 SmackDowns, early live Europe, late taped USA. And then on Saturday, we've got UFC. So that's the next or the rest of the week and what we're doing this week. So we've got all of that. Obviously, there'll be unseens. I don't know if there'll be any extra little bits and bobs. I'm always looking to see if we can get something extra on the channel. It was great, actually, doing that 6-minute little video we did yesterday. I know that recording videos during live streams is not ideal because it's just not ideal. It's better to be interacting with the chat. But that video went on to do, I think it was like 13,000 views, which means that it was more successful than most, well, I think pretty near enough all unseens this year. So it is crazy, isn't it? I can spend hours and hours and hours compiling news together and creating an unseen, and that'll do 8,000 to 10,000 views. Or I can do a 6-minute little video that is about the John Cena promo, and that has done 13,000 views. It's bonkers, isn't it? It's bonkers. You really do learn on YouTube that it's not about working hard. It's about working smart. It's just I try to work hard as well. But it is crazy. It is really, really crazy. If you do videos on trending topics, you will get more success than if you are doing, just stuff that isn't on trending topics. So, I think like if there's any opportunities for big moments to do like videos like that, I think it's like lesson learnt, really. I probably should have been doing that a little bit more because it's just so helpful to the channel, That video, more views than unseen. And unseen takes hours and hours and hours. So it is pretty bonkers. But anyway, that's by the by. We're not here for those conversations. We're going to run away. Black Cavity said, what's the second channel called? That's Wrestling Daze Opinions. There is Wrestling Daze Clips as well, where I try to pull some clips out. I might pull out the gender reveal. Check that up. That'll be fun. Put that on the Clips channel. But like the Opinions one is where we do like the reviews of the shows, and that's where we'll do the review of tonight's NXT. So there we go. I'm going to run away. Many congratulations to Lisa and Carrie once again. Brilliant news, and brilliant that went well. I'm really pleased about that. And an okay NXT. Did we get the review in for the final match? Oh no, did we not do a poll? I'm so rubbish at polls today. Let's get a poll in, shall we, for that final match, and then we'll run away. We'll just do a real quick one because I'm a bit delayed for unseen already. All-time greats, goods, and bads. Lovely. Okay, get your votes in, and we'll run away. Edwards, I think, is being weird, but we'll read his comment whilst we're just waiting for a second.
Edward Brown LFC won the baddest on the planet. Daze, what do you mean shout out to me? It's serious now, loser, cause it's true. You all hate Mr. You're all pathetic and should be ashamed. I'm not in the Hall of Fame yet. Where overuse have never loved me.
So heel turn there by Edward on the community for the fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
You need to do more phone covers and use them as thumbnails. Then the unseens will skyrocket to 20K plus.
That is true, actually, Johnny. Some of those cheeky pictures that the the ladies put out there, they could help engagement. You're right, actually. This could be a whole new whole new direction for this channel.
Thanks.
Lisa, shout out to you. Here's Carmen live.
The Carmen leave too. Days this past Friday, my family and I got a new puppy. It is a female Australian Shepherd Husky Pug mix. Her name is Ruby. I give NXT tonight at 8:10.
Carmen live too. Shout out to you, buds. Here's Taker 1990.
Taker 1990. With Cody losing to RR at Mania 39, dethroning RR at Mania 40. Days, do you think Cody has to retain at this year's Mania in order to get his Mania moment of going and leaving as champion?
Do you think Cody has to retain to keep his Mania moment going and leaving as champion? I don't think he has to. I would like him to. And I think it is what he could really need. I mean, I feel like his run has been very underwhelming. He's had some great matches, but there's a lot of criticism for, I think, the fact that there was no creative or no story that was big and juicy or could really follow what he had been through with The Rock. And, you know, you'd expect something for SummerSlam, but, I mean, wasn't it Solo at SummerSlam? I mean, in reflection now, doesn't that just feel incredibly underwhelming? So now that he's taken on John Cena in a match where the bookies have got Cena as favourite, like, this does feel like a great time for him to pull out a victory, pull out a win. But the bookies do have Cena as favourite, as we said yesterday. So they're not expecting him to get the victory. Mackenzie, I don't know if I read these. I didn't leave a little heart on them if I did, so I'll just read it again if I didn't read it already.
Mackenzie Scoose. Do you think Roman interrupts Punk on SmackDown?
I think we did read that, didn't we? I think they'll be in the same segment, yes. Def Con, shout out to you, buds.
Def Con Prime and his Power Pets. When should you buy basic figures?
Basic figures, for me, is when it's a first time in the line and you don't have that person already, or you're like a big fan of them. Or if it's for a superstar that you're just not too bothered by. I think for me, I mean, if you don't understand how the Mattel figures work, they're all the same size. If they're basic, if they're... they don't call them basic now, they call them main event figures. Main event figures, elite figures, ultimate edition figures. Those all Monday Night War figures, right? They're basically elites. They're all the same scale, so they work perfectly fine on a shelf next to each other. It's just that, like, these elite figures have got more articulation. Like, they can bend more, rotate more, do more. The basic figures don't come with the accessories, and they don't come with this level of articulation. So really, I think that it's, if you need to add like a Thea Hale to your collection, I think she's only got a basic figure at the moment. So you can't get an elite Thea Hale, and I don't know when they're going to make one. So, if you've got like Chase U and you just need Thea Hale and you're not bothered by her anyway, you might not need to wait for her elites. Because do you need the extra articulation? Probably not. So you could just get the basic, couldn't you? And that'll do. So then you've got a Thea Hale in your collection. Or it could, so that actually solves both. That's her first figure, her only figure, but also it might be a superstar you're just not bothered by. I'm sure there might be some basics that have like ring gear that the elites have not got to. So there, you could make an argument that you might be a big Bayley fan, and it might be that there's a basic that comes with some iconic gear that they've not done in the elite line. So then that would be a reason to get that figure as well. So I'd say there's lots of reasons, but if you had to choose between getting an elite or a basic, you would always want to get the elite because more accessories, more articulation. Right, let's end this poll. And then run away. So, that main event match, Trick versus Eddy. All-time goods, great, bad. 0 bads. 54% good, 41% great, 3% all-time. Done. Okay, lovely. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate the support. Lisa, much love to you. at least said, how do you get into the Hall of Fame? Well, the members nominate, and actually it'll be next week for that. So not this week, but next week the members will nominate. We always do it in the kind of last week of the month, and then you're nominating for that month. So for the month of March, what we've just had, who do you want nominated? Person with the most votes, or the 4 with the most votes from the members, they go into a poll, and then that poll goes out to everyone on the channel, and then whoever wins, wins. So it is an honor to kind of go into that Hall of Fame, because I don't put people in. It's the community that put people in. You got to be nominated by the members and then voted for by the wider community. So to go in is a real achievement, because it's the community that have put you in. So yeah, that's how you go in. But I really like your point about like moments, putting moments in. So as we said, like Thursday, I think we'll talk about that on the member stream. Tomorrow we won't get a chance because it's all about this stuff tomorrow. It's a championship stream tomorrow. But there we go, done. Right, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support as always. I will see you hopefully tomorrow if you're around for Evolve. If not, like me, you can always join us for the hour before, even if you're not interested in Evolve, because we talk anything, right? But if not, probably Wrestling Escape Pods or SmackDown. But we'll do the 2 streams for SmackDown as well. So even if you can't join us early, hopefully you can join us for that USA Network one. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always. Bye for now.